The opinions expressed of this show are for entertainment purposes and should not be misconstrued or interpreted as fact. If you have a gambling problem, call 1-800-522-4700.
Introducing PubCoin. PubCoin is the rewards program for pub sports contributors. Regular chat contributors share their play of the day, POD, in the YouTube chat, including the phrase POD in their message. At the end of the week, the amount of units earned are converted into PubCoins. PubCoin can be used as reward points for prizes, shop discounts, and contests.
Hey, what's going on, y'all? It's Mills here, Pub Sports Radio. Do you guys want to challenge the personalities here at Pub Sports Radio? Do you guys think you're better than them at entering in your MMA predictions and picks? Would you want to get paid for it? $100? Here's how you do it, man. You sign up right here at the link below. It's just this easy. PubSportsRadio.com. Enter your email. Pick your weekly picks. That's it. Oh, and you get bonus points if you can predict how they're going to win in what round. Every single week, a new winner's getting crowned. So every Saturday on Pub Sports Radio. So come on and check us out. You can win $100 just for signing up. Only thing you need to do is see if you can beat us here at Pub Sports Radio by entering your UFC predictions and picks weekly. Do it. I dare you. See you guys soon.
Your membership to Gold, you will be automatically entered in every horse race, every Wednesday and Friday. It is time to race horses. We are racing camels today.
Shout out to the Gold members. We're racing in San Antonio immediately here. And we're off. 2 minutes, 74 canals on this racetrack. It's wide. We're racing in San Antonio.
Matt Wally moving forwardly. Jeff Slaughter in the mix as well. And as is Randall Sheffield, who's put that beautiful nose out front.
But it's actually real grass here, Jimmy. Maybe Kentucky bluegrass. Oldie, no! Here he goes. There he goes. Oldie in the lead now. K. Wolf falls back. The horses love it. Sometimes they stop and eat it on the way to the finish line. That's why your horses start so far in the back. Here. Oh, look at Nussflush Allen bursting out here. J-Dub in the mix. Rude Boy up here as well. Jimmy, take it away.
There's Oldie. Oldie is moving to the front. We are past the halfway mark in our 2 mile. And there's Ricky Levy.
Oh my goodness, he's in the mix here. Jimmy, take it home. This is our first dog race ever.
19 seconds left in the horse race here. It's Fernando Mendoza trying to find the wire. 14 seconds left. Can Fernando Mendoza take this home? Here comes Kenny Kencan. Kenny Kencan wants a piece of the pie. Put his schnoz up front. Ricky Bobby, 9 seconds left. Can Donut Silks make a run? Can Res Mall make a run to be $50?
You son of a bitch!
Here comes Tori Coker. Kenny Can Smoke and Mirrors. Director 97 home. That is the way. Here comes Jason Meyer, the Eldorado custodian. Billy Friedrich. Joe's one. They're all coming down. Billy Friedrich.
Coin! Fire! That's nowhere!
Oh no! Fanatical Jim!
From the Clark Peter Loshak, legendary sports handicapper, more dapper than a dawn. the young phenom known as Jimmy, who declared one day that the bag was here to stay. Information like a PSA, what we all PSR, Pub Sports Radio Bizarre. Is a man named Slaughter and he flipped the script. No competition in this they quit the trip. But we say we be pubbing. Better with the bag and you love it. We want it top 10, we above it. Let's check.
What up, cappers, gamblers, punters, hustlers, low baggers? Happy Tuesday, August 5th to all of you. Thank you for watching Loshak in the Bag right here on Pub Sports Radio. The aforementioned Loshak will be here shortly. Justin Mcelvy in the house. Stats play today 1 and 2. He'll be joining us for WNBA. We have a 5-game WNBA card here for us to attack. I'm 12-1. My last 13 bets in WNBA. Not in the black yet on the year, but getting closer. 16-5 post All-Star break. And I have a mouse here as guess I need a new computer. I for whatever reason, for reasons unbeknownst, a couple years ago at Pubapalooza, I guess I was just so happy to be there first night with the boys that when I was being dropped off by Jeff Slaughter, I threw my bag 30 feet in the air. Now I have a razor sharp picks bag. Look at this razor sharp picks bag. This thing, I could. It doesn't matter how hard I throw it in the air. This one's got cushion. This has cushion for whatever kind of drunken abuse you want to give the contents of your bag. But this was 2 years ago when I nary had a razor sharp picks bag, and I smashed my shit up. And I'm now paying the consequences. You have to be accountable of your actions at all times, even lit up. I was not. Now I have this shit $12 mouse. But there is Pig Milk play of the day as well. Athletics first 5 money line for Billy Friedrich. Now we have great videos for our specialty plays of the day. We have many of them, great ones, beautiful ones. But good God, I like the Pig Milk video so much. There's something about it. It's right on the edge of lunacy, and yet he delivered 20 units of winners with the Pig Milk play today. But it's right on the edge. It's that edge that I want to be on. That edge. I like everything about it. Viper NB in the house. Mets -1. Red Sox money line. I like the girls in it. I like the baby pigs. Those girls are nuts, man. Absolutely nuts. Let's get this all copied and pasted. We got Swiggy saying Jose on the roof. Woof. Yes, unfortunately for me, as I've told you, I need to get the LASIX one more time. I don't know if they'll do it for me. But I did not notice that was Jose. I did not notice it until I set up the stream. I took a closer look. And I saw the mustache on her. And I looked closer and I saw Jose's face. And then I couldn't get it out of my head. The horrifying nature of that thumbnail. Horrifying. But my co-host is ready to rock. We have a beautiful 15-game Major League Baseball card, 5 games in WNBA. Please welcome Brooklyn in the house, Mr. Peter Loshak. Lodos, what's good, man? How are you?
I'm all right. I'm all right. Crazy times. It's nice though. I'm heading to Bet Bash next week.
Oh, nice. That'll be fun, man.
Yeah. So I'm gonna do the Tuesday show from a friggin' hotel.
Oh man, just like last year. No, I like it. Did you get a good look at the thumbnail?
No. What is it? Dick? Tits? What's on it? Ass?
There's some ass on it. Yeah.
Let me see. I don't know what you're talking about. I'll go look at it right now.
No, why not?
I'm sure it's not that big of a deal. Holy shit! Whoa. Bomba clot! Whoa! What the fuck? Come on! And I like it actually. It's not bad. I kind of like it. I like it. I do.
You'd be crazy not to, I guess.
Yeah, you would be crazy not to. Yeah.
Swaggy McNolegs in the house. We got Steven Fahrenbach says, I need Jose to talk me. I'm hammering Boston to win the division. Those boys are dialed in right now and only 3 back. But Stephen Fahrenbach says also the picture is disturbing. Beavis ready to get to work. There's Jason Miley, Eldorado Custodian, Irish King, Wine Time Sports coming off a monster day to start the week. Serious business, Big Daddy Boom. Serious business locks me in. Just locks me in every time I say his name. We got AM with his discrepancies of the day. Reds, Cubs under 8, -105 projected at 9. Athletics under 8.5 projected at 10. Cardinals, Dodgers under 9 projected at 10. You know what's wild, Pete, is with all of the money the LA Dodgers have spent over the last 30 days between July 5th and August 5th, there's no team hitting right-handed pitching worse in Major League Baseball. Isn't that nuts? That could be, with all of the money they've spent, the worst offense against righties in Major League Baseball over the last 30 years.
It's crazy. They should go to ChatGPT and be like, we have $500 million. How should we spend it? And maybe that shit wouldn't happen.
Yes. Yes. That's how.
Oh, man.
That's how we got the disturbing image of Jose Buquet, though.
Yeah.
So ChatGPT is not all for good. There's also, oh God. See, I didn't notice I didn't notice the face at first. See, the problem is, Peter, once you notice it, you can't unnotice it. That's the problem.
Yeah. I mean, that's like that. They're fucking with the human, optical system and everything. This is not the way humans were supposed to perceive the world, motherfucker.
It is not. Big Daddy Boom, Ronnie Lofton, Grant Clarkson, Spooner in the house, JT, great to see you. Von Polo, I apologize for that. I got a little caught up in my own bullshit, VP. I'll fix that. I'll reach back Tuesday. I'm a little behind on some things. I apologize, VP. Chris Warren ready to get to work. Dumb Dap Lady Boss 707 says the A's game is a trap. The A's game is a trap. Boss 707 414. Bub says turn up Tuesday. JM ready to get to work. Occupancy in the house. The Goon Collector says pig milk intro is something straight out of Adult Swim. See, I don't even know what Adult Swim is. Unfortunately, I don't. I'm if it's not sports, I don't know it. Sadly, if it's not sports, I don't know it. But I did receive some wonderful stuff that I do know about, thankfully. But if it's not sports or hip hop, I don't know it. My man Jay Peasy in the house sent me over the Triflin album by King T yesterday. He knows that I have a great affinity for the Alcoholics. King T was the creator of the Lynx, the Alcoholics, guys that the Alcoholics looked up to. Wow, that Triflin album, Pete. Get that. Now it's old school. It's just back in the day, but get the Triflin album. Get it locked into your action. It is phenomenal. JM in the house. Robert Franklin. Viper says this is the worst thumbnail ever.
I mean, I normally do retweet the the thumbnails and everything. I think I'm just going to make my own post about that right now. I'm going to have to create something on my own on the fly. No problem.
Yeah, Justin McCelvey says, wasn't the King T album in case orange and white? You're absolutely right. It was. You're absolutely right, man. That is a full album banger from first song to last song. That album, the Triflin album, is a one of a kind. Like, there's not very many out there. Absolutely spectacular. Look at Big O. Big O gifting 5 Pub Sports Radio memberships to bless our action. Big O getting us started. Big O, thank you so much, man. Curtis Clark, Gabriel, Brent Vini, Yella Hammered, our old friend Yella Hammered, and here in the woods with Rodney. Here in the woods with Rodney. That's a new name for us in the house. I love to see it. Thank you so much for that. Our guy, Big O, blessing our action. We got Big Daddy Boom in the house. Fernando Mendoza, Mr. Belvedere. Keep an eye on Mr. Belvedere's action. He's sharp. Markel, ready to get to work. Thank you guys for joining us. Great to see all of you guys. Well, I'm excited about getting to work with. We got Irish King, got a lot locked in already. We got TJ in the house. Kelly McInnes, great to see you, Kelly. We got Swiggy. 9 Legacy. Flank steak play of the day is in. It is Diamondbacks. Money line. I did cash on the Diamondbacks yesterday. Felt very good. My lone bet in Major League Baseball. Felt very, very good. Great to see all of you guys. Thank you. My dude says, Jimmy, before we start capping, do we get Zach Wheeler to win Cy Young over Skeens at plus money? It seems like it's Wheeler's year at plus 190. Now, I would need cappers in the chat to hammer that harder. I would need to study that for a while. But what I'll do, my dude, is I will copy and paste it. And I will study that tonight, and get back to you. Let's get this all here locked down here. Oh no. Big O says, unfortunately, I was affected by that horrendous DQ at Del Mar on Sunday. They took down the $42 winner, and it cost me a giant pick 3 payout. I hate hearing that, Big O. I absolutely hate hearing that, man. Hate hearing that, Big O. You got a monster winner ahead of you. I know that you do. TJ says you guys are talking about a trap in the A's game. He's on the A's. A's plus 127, Houston and Cleveland, New York, Mets under 8.5, and Toronto, Colorado over 11. Let's get this all copied and pasted. Spooner's action as well. And let's get this copied and pasted, and let's get to work. Dylan Med coming off a 6-0 day yesterday. I'd love to hear it. And Billy Friedrich says Screwball isn't winning the Cy Young in the NL. We have Spooner on Astros Athletics. So we have the corner of TJ and Spooner Boulevard on the Athletics. And that is all extremely interesting. Angels money line as well for Mr. Morgan Spooner. Peter, my friend, are you ready to get to work?
Yeah.
All right. Well, let me get this set up over here as well. And let's go. All right, get this. Oh, of course, I got to do this now. Having some computer. Gonna have to get a new computer, Peter. Are you still rolling with the Lenovo's, man? You still Mr. Lenovo?
Yeah. How'd you know that? Yes. When was the last? Yeah, I do. I like Lenovo. A little bit of a brand promotion here. Maybe we get some sponsorship. Yeah.
Let's roll. We start in loanDepot Park, Peter, in Miami, Florida. loanDepot Park in Miami, Florida. Now, we expect a bullpen day from the Houston Astros, and I expect Steven Okert to be the starter for this bullpen day. And if he is the starter, then the Marlins are raking righties and not hitting lefties. And you guys all know I've already used the term already today. I can't get that affinity for our friend Cal Quantrill, Port Dope's very own Cal Quantrill, who's pitching very, very well. Right-handed batters have been his kryptonite, but he's starting to get the OPS against him is under 1,000 now against righties. He gets lefties out. He gets all lefties out. We take a look at this Houston Astros lineup, and there's a lot of dangerous righties. Pena, Altuve, Correa, Walker, Diaz, Smith, and Dubon. Maybe it's not the perfect lineup for him, but this is where you want to back Cal Quantrill. Port Dopes, Cal Quantrill. At home. At home, he has been very good. Very good. On the road, he has struggled, but at home, he has been quite good and trustworthy. Astros versus righties, 246.75 OPS. Marlins, 267.783. All these stats are last 30 days. Astros bullpen, 3.65 ERA last 30 days, while the Marlins is 3.07. Let's get into the line history and hear Peter's plan, if there is one, for our first game on today's beautiful full card here. Let's get over to the line history. Sorry, I had it up, but I pulled everything off so my computer would run smoothly. Let's get in here, Pete. So we're going to start with the money line for this 640, a banger in Miami. We have the Marlins at minus 110. Who would have thought this late in the season against the AL West leading Astros that the Marlins would be a favorite over the Astros? That's wild, Pete. Wild stuff that I find very, very intriguing. This total is an 8.5. It's minus 108 to the under. That's exactly where this opened. When we get to the cash flow and take a look at the board, we have. Oh, let me get this off here. We have over here. We have no information because we're still waiting on who will be starting for the Astros. I'm a little surprised that the total is 8.5. Even with Cal Quantrill in here. My dude said this is a gorgeous MLB card today. Billy Friedrich loving the over in this one. Robert Franklin on Houston Moneyline coin saying Quantrill's 3, 4, and 2 first 5 at home this year. Take it away for us, Peter Loshak. Any interest in this first game on the board, Astros Marlins?
Yeah, I mean, I was, kind of obvious that, in general this year, my edges have come much closer to first pitch, where a lot more information comes in. Doing things differently this year. So at this point in the day, I'm not making a lot of bets. I would be leaning Miami, though, here. Definitely seeing Spooner and other guys like in Houston here makes me a little bit nervous. I'll be interested to see where this line moves, where the action comes in. But yeah, I was at the line. I thought it was kind of a, no-brainer-ish to at least lean Miami. I think their success recently has been mostly for real. Quantrill, no great shakes, but he's fine, I think. Yeah, Houston will test him, but at the line, I like Miami. Could be wrong, though.
Well, it's as fishy as the line as you'll ever see. We've been talking about the line movement that we think is suspect. We've talked about the opening lines that we think is suspect. Clearly, this is the kind of opening line that's going to attract Astros cash. So
Astros cash, really? Okay.
Well, yeah. I mean, no, not from the pros,
right?
But the people looking at this line are going to see the Astros as a dog against the Marlins. The Astros 13 games over 500.
I thought it was fishy the other way. All right.
So but don't you think if the books wanted people to back the Marlins, there would be a plus sign beside it, Pete? Or
yeah,
opposite. If the books wanted, the books obviously want their books are opening up their arms to Astros money, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Do you see it a different way than that? I see the books saying, look at this line that we're going to put out for the Astros. We're going to attract a lot of Astros cash.
I thought they would get obvious sharp action on the Marlins later. Not that, that I could be wrong. So, usually they will, try to guard against that. But yeah, I don't know. It's weird. I think I probably will take Miami here, even though a lot of people I respect in the comment section, like in Houston.
I don't know how you can bet Houston at this line.
Well, they got a nice lineup, right? Who they got in there?
They have a much better lineup on the periphery, as a quick look than the Marlins. They added at the deadline.
Yeah.
And this is as fishy as you get. I mean, we're talking about a Marlins team that's 3 games under 500 at home. I get it that the Astros are only 2 games over 500 on the road, but this is one-way traffic to me. This is Marlins or no action. What I wanted to get involved in was the first 3 under. Mark Stasowski in the house. Thank you for that, my man. Respect. Slow Jam says, what do you think the line should be? Minus 150? No, I don't. No, I think that the line should be it would be the Astros minus 120, the Marlins even money, or the Astros minus 125, Marlins plus 105. I think this is telling us that the Marlins are the likely victor in the baseball game, and that Kyle Quantrill is going to pitch very well. That's what I see here. This is one-way traffic to the Marlins. Now, Spooner says Marlins are one of the hottest teams in baseball. A lot of people blindly playing the Marlins versus any pitcher that is an elite. This is Marlins move for me. This is Marlins, and I still want the first 3 under as soon as they announce that it is Steven Okert. So, there we go.
Yeah, Robert Franklin said, I think it's fishy the other way. That's what I was thinking. Wrench, mob, all lowercase, very obvious Astros spot.
Yeah, it's one of Perky's aliases, but yeah, I just don't see it that way at all. But that's fun. That's fine. It's part of the fun here.
Yeah, and I'm going to hold off.
So, TJ, when you can you? I mean, I think this is a line that's going to attract recreational gamblers to the Houston Astros. It's set up for that. And Spooner, you're absolutely right that there's issues between the right-handed bats here with the Astros, but we've been dealing that a little with that a little bit here with Cal Quantrill over the last little while, and he's been handling everything fine. So I would like to hear more from you guys here. I would like to hear more from you guys. So let us know what you guys think. Billy Frieder, Christian Walker, total bases over. I mean, don't, and the coin saying I see a first 3 under 2.5 at plus 105. You know, that's nuts to me. That's way. That makes me extremely uncomfortable. So, TJ, I'm curious. So, you think this is a fishy line drawing out? So you do not think that all the rec gamblers will gravitate towards the Astros here? I'd like to hear that. That's how I see this line opening up. That's why I want the Marlins. Are you going to make the Marlins official here, Peter?
Me, no, definitely not. This is a classic game where I want to see get information later, closer, 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock Eastern. Classic situation.
We have TJ saying Marlins are being tripped all over the place. Second best record, last 45 games. Look at yesterday's line. Okay, well, let's go over to yesterday's line here very quickly. Oh, but that was, come on. That was, that. So this, okay, look, this was, I should have been on the Astros, obviously, but the Alcantara is absolutely rolling his last couple starts. And he's going up against the worst pitcher, arguably, on the Astros. And this line opens up as a pick'em. So at that point, I read in chats people saying, "Oh, Alcantara is bet on now." After we just bet on them for 2 games, and now they've watched for 2 games. Now those rec gamblers are going to lose all their money because they're late to the party and early to the funeral. The 21-cent move was smoke screen. So no, I still that was such a fishy line yesterday, TJ4. And TJ says, no, I don't believe so. Rec gamblers are losing their assets on Houston of late and cashing on Miami. Okay, well, I'm going to keep it the way, because when I saw that line with Alcantara yesterday, I thought, oh, my God, everybody late to the party is going to lose their shirt on the Marlins. And if I think that, people who lost their shirt are going to go right back and hammer the Marlins as well, again, I don't think so. I think this is opening up their arms to anybody who wants to bet the Astros personally. Spooner says this is a bullpen game for Astros. Okert isn't going 5. No, Okert, I just need him to go 2. I'm looking at the first 3 under. Astros pen are all fresh. They can pick up their matchups with the Miami team that isn't as good as the spreadsheet will tell you. No Sanchez. Yes, I agree with all that. We know what the Astros bullpen can do. I think okay, we can see this differently, but I see this as opening up their arms to Astros cash, especially after what we saw yesterday. I think this should be one-way traffic towards the Marlins personally. And then I will, bet this. I do want to know if I'm moving on the first 3 under, I need Steven Okert as the starter for 2 innings, and then I will likely move on the first 3 under. And Pete, you are off this one.
This is a stupid game.
I think it's a perfect. I think it's the most. This is the kind of game I want to spend hours on. Honestly, I like it very, very much. Let's roll on to our next spot on the board. 6:40 p.m. Eastern with the Minnesota Twins at the Detroit Tigers. Jose will be joining us here in a little while, but he is double tasking here, and will take care of this for us. Goon Collector, don't look at the weather in Miami. The reason why we don't talk about it is because the roof will be closed this time of year. So the roof will be closed. Don't worry about the weather. Yeah, I kind of like the under 8.5. as well, but I would like to see the market handle it. All right, let's move on. Minnesota Twins, Detroit Tigers, Comerica Park in Detroit, Michigan. We have, let's get over to the weather here. 82 Fahrenheit, feels like 81, 8.9 miles per hour left to right and slightly in, dies down to 7.2 miles per hour. Billy Friedrich on the Tigers, -1. The daily stadium report from Ballpark Pal has Comerica Park +1%. Peter, -16% home runs, +1% doubles and triples, and -3% singles. Let's get into the line history here for Twins Tigers. Oh, sorry, I'm on yesterday's action. Here we go. We have, sorry about this. We have the Detroit Tigers right now -136. Just a huge move towards the Minnesota Twins. And I have already heard the young Jose Bouquet is on the Minnesota Twins. The Twins have gone from +143 all the way down to +125. I guess the thinking is, who knows Paddock better than the Minnesota Twins, who traded him towards Detroit. Zebby Matthews, we saw him have one phenomenal start when the market indicated that he would, and then one questionable start when it indicated that there were question marks around him. This total opened up at 8.5, -116 to the under. Now it's -107 to the under. So the over has gone from +101 to -105. And when we go to the cash flow, we have 61% of the tickets and 61% of the tickets on the Tigers, 49% of the cash on the Tigers, 60% of tickets on the under, 69% of cash on the under, and yet the total is dropping. Occupancy says Twins lineup knows Paddock, but Paddock brings his A game to beat his former squad. That's with a question mark. Billy Friedrich says, how many Twins are still on the Twins roster from Paddock's time there? They traded a quarter of their roster. Yes, but the pitching or the brain trust should know how to attack Paddock. Zebby Matthews, 2-3, 5.67 ERA, 1.41 WHIP, coming off a poor performance in a 13-1 loss at home versus the Red Sox. 4 1/3 8 hits, 5 earned runs, 4 Ks, no walks. On the road, he's had 4 starts. He's allowed 14 earned runs, 299 opponent's batting average. He's allowed 3 home runs in 4 starts. Only 1 home run allowed at home. And then we have Paddock. His last start with his first start with the Tigers, it was at home. So now his consecutive home starts with his new squad. He went 6 innings, allowed 1 earned run, and a 7-2 win at home versus Arizona. He's had 10 starts. Oh, I guess we don't need those. Sorry, those home starts. This is a new start. Delete that. Lefty's hitting 238 with a 718 OPS against them, while righty's 285, 754. Both bullpens have been horrific. Tigers bullpen just a shade under 6 runs allowed over 9 innings over the last 30 days, while the Twins are allowing 5. Joe Yurkovich on the Tigers -138. So Joe Yurkovich does not mind this line move towards the Minnesota Twins. Peter, how are you handling this?
Well, yeah, I definitely, I did hit the Matthews over 4.5 strikeouts prop at a big favorite line. It's gotten bet up a little bit since then. I might give that one officially. Yeah, I mean, Paddock is a big wild card, right? He last start was excellent. Now he faces his former team, and there's always some uncertainty when that happens. I understand the Minnesota line move. Yeah, it's tough. I think maybe I'll give the Matthews strikeout prop. I mean, the line is clearly saying that Matthews is the movements, and the market is saying that Matthews is going to have a decent start for him here, right?
It is implying that, yes.
Yeah. All right. Once again, it's a big favorite line. I mean, Matthews could get crushed though, so that's tough. I'd rather have like 5.5 maybe at plus money or something, but I'll probably take the Matthews strikeout line.
Tell us what that is. Spooner says Paddock is definitely a chip on his shoulder guy. The trade is a good change for him. I want to believe he will step up with the young stud on the other side and the chip from facing his old team. Spooner says saw the Tigers dip to -129 last night. Some sharps absolutely hammered the Twins.
Yeah. We'll see. Again, this is another one where I want to see if it moves back or not. If it moves back, when limits increase, that means something. It moves back close to first pitch, that will not mean something to me. That's probably just risk management in some way from someone. So this is a tough one.
Are there enough righties, scary righties in the Twins lineup to get to Paddock. Martin hitting leadoff. You got Jeffers batting third. Royce Lewis batting fifth. Keyshaw batting seventh and DHing. Brooks Lee is switcher batting eighth. I mean, it's not a scary lineup. Not a scary line. I like the Twins early. I think that's what it is indicating here. Troy on the under and AM on the over. I could understand why the line you'd want to attack the over with the state of these bullpens who are pitching so horribly right now. Wage Detective says Twins were 0-6 this year when Paddock started versus the AL Central. Mark Stasowski says hard for me to take Minnesota after I had them in my cart plus 135 last night. Scott says Twins traded 30% of their team or their starting lineup. Jermaine says Twins AAA lineup. I think all of this here. Now, look, again, I can understand if the way you cap, you don't care about this line movement. But this line movement with a team that's 14 games under 500, that has traded away a huge part of their starting lineup at the trade deadline, going up against the team in the Tigers that are 16 games over 500 at home. And we see a big move towards the Minnesota Twins on the road. I think it's very telling, and I think that that this should be one-way action on the Minnesota Twins. The Twins or no bet is what I believe. And if I am concerned about how this game goes in the later stages of it, then I should be on the Twins' first 3 or the Twins' first 5. And I think I'd prefer the Twins' first 3 here, Pete. I could take the first 5 at a +0.5, but I'm going to be moving on one of those 2 bets here. Anything for you, Peter?
Yeah, I'll take the Matthews strikeout prop. I won't do 5.5, which what I should do. I'll take 4.5 minus 156. Seeing that at a place right now.
Matthews over 4.5 Ks at minus 156. Troy Torrance says Twins, and I'm going to be on them as well. But again, I'm going to take it early with the expectation that Matthews pitches well. That'll be a first 3 or a first 5 plus a half, which I will figure out here in a little bit. Let's move on, Peter. 6:40 p.m. Eastern. Giants, Pittsburgh Pirates. I received a nice surprise when I saw that instead of betting, I doubled up on this game this start, on Friday. Or was it Thursday? I think it might have been Thursday. But I had the Pirates first 3 plus a half, a minus 130, because I'm a big Mike Burrows believer. But I also had the Giants Pirates first 3 under 2. I had to build that myself, and I saw as I sent all my action in, the great surprise that I'd put a full unit on the first 3 under 2.5 and a full unit on the first 3 under 1.5 instead of turning into a 2. Which was a wonderful surprise to see. And now these pitchers are facing each other again. Peter, what I've noticed when we've had pitchers face each other back-to-back starts is if they get lit up, the next time they pitch against that opponent, they usually pitch quite well, very well. And also what I've noticed lately, though, is there hasn't been a zigzag effect if they pitch well.
Right.
I've noticed them pitch well again. And that is something that I wouldn't necessarily expect because I got so caught up in the zigzags. I've been seeing that consistently here. We got Worth It in the house. Thank you for joining us, Worth It. So let's go. Let's pull up the weather here. And it's in my head, Peter. It's in my head. Can you touch on that, Peter? Is that something that is well-known amongst cappers? Because I got so caught up in the zigzag that I often think if 2 pitchers shove, that they get touched the next time they see the opponent. But I've been noticing over the last 2 months that's not the case.
I mean, in my personal experience, and I mean, of course, you can do statistical analysis and measure it. The quality of the pitcher matters. A mediocre pitcher or lower who has a better than average start, I would definitely expect them to get hit the next time out. But an elite pitcher, definitely not. And a close to elite pitcher, probably not either.
That's probably. So then what we know what Logan Webb is. What the hell is Mike Burrows? Because Mike Burrows has been printing me money.
Right. Well, I'll tell you what I did in this one. In this one, I did, I knew that I might be on the wrong side of a move or whatever, but at the opening line, I definitely hit Pittsburgh at like 136, and now it's like 16. Sorry, yeah, right. Now it's 16 cents in their favor. I don't like the spot here for Webb. I think Burrows will be all right. I want a full game though, so I bet Pittsburgh a full game at the bigger dog line than it is now. And Burrow's outs prop was very surprising. I also hit his over 15 and a half outs at plus 150, which was surprisingly low to me. Again, might have been on the wrong side of that, but I did it. But in general, like in Pittsburgh here, don't necessarily expect another great start from Webb, although it could happen, but don't expect it. Burrows probably will be all right, I think. And
we have a frozen Peter Loshak. A frozen Peter Loshak. Let's talk about the weather here in Pittsburgh. 83 Fahrenheit, feels like 82. 6.3 miles per hour in, dies down at 5.4 miles per hour. Ballpark Pal has PNC Park minus 1%, minus 24% home runs, plus 8% doubles and triples, and plus 7% singles. Turnbuckle Tommy in the house. Guardians first 5 plus 145. And Royals team total over 3.5 at plus 120. Couple plus money spots for Tommy. He says this is a pirate spot. Grant Clarkson says the only thing that should get caught up in the zigzag is some fine, stanky herb. Let's roll. Logan Webb, 9-8, 3.31 ERA, 1.25 whip. I'm a big Logan Webb fan, and it was back-to-back days that I had double ups, and I didn't realize how big the double up was because I'd screwed up, put more on it than I wanted to on Thursday. He went 5 2/3, 5 hits, 1 earned run, 11 strikeouts, and 4 walks. 11 strikeouts and 5 2/3. So I don't feel like he's fallen off here. But he has struggled on the road. 11 road starts, 29 earned runs. Opponents hitting 268 against him. It's not the kind of numbers we're used to from Logan Webb. Burrows here has looked excellent. He looked excellent at the Giants in that last start, that 2-1 win. At home, he's been very, very good. 13 earned runs over 34 2/3. Opponents hitting 240 against him. Lefties hitting 223, 676 OPS. Righties 257, 34. We have Wine Time Sports on the Pirates at plus 125 with JR Swish in the house. What up, Swish? So both bullpens have been struggling. Let's get into the line history here for this spot. We'll start with this total. This total is a 7.5. It's minus 115 to the under, plus 102 to the over. It's opened up 119 to the under. So we've had a very, very slight move to the over. From a money line side of things, we have the Pirates at plus 120. They opened up at plus 136, 16 cents of movement towards the Pittsburgh Pirates. Billy Friedrich says the thing that prevents me from getting to the Bucks here is that Burrows will be on a strict pitch count. Really? How many did he throw last game? Because he did go deep enough into the game. Let's take a look at what he threw in that last one. Mike Burrows game logs. And here we go. Mike Burrows threw 91. And that is wow, you're absolutely right. That's a season high for him, 91 pitches. 25-year-old Mike Burrows. So how many innings did he throw last year? I'm going to have to get his minor league numbers up here. Yeah, that's interesting. DC Capper in the house is going to be on the Miami Marlins minus 105. Coin saying close to hitting the button on Pittsburgh first 5 plus 115. Huh. This is interesting. Wager Tech says team's hitting 276 against Webb over his last 7 starts. Webb's averaging 16.88 pitches per inning in his last 7 starts. And we got Kong's Clip Smash Play of the Week in business here. I will copy and paste that. We will discuss it throughout. Now, I've noticed in my own personal capping that when I mention about struggling with some angle, that it's almost as if I'm like, wishing it into reality. I've talked about struggling with pitchers on back-to-backs, but I've talked to you guys about it for years facing the same opponent the second time in a row, and it shouldn't be. We've been doing this long enough that it shouldn't be a problem. I can understand why there's an expectation that Burrows is capable of pitching better than Webb at home. I also don't really see why this would be a park that would be difficult for Webb. I mean, these are the type of parks. This is a run suppressing park that he's used to. We have, fly balls are going to die. Let's just take a look at the parks and the opponents that Webb is being hit hard by. Against the Mets at home, the Mets can get, they have some power. That is a bit of a surprise, so it shouldn't have happened at home. At the Blue Jays, no team's hitting righties as hard as the Toronto Blue Jays. Versus the Dodgers at home, and I know that doesn't really make sense. It doesn't make sense with the way the Dodgers are hitting, or really the way the Mets are hitting versus righties. So it's unclear why that happened, because that was a very strange 3 start run for him. July 11th, July 19th, July 25th. I mean, how often do you see Logan Webb allowing 16 earned runs over 15 in the third? You don't see it. And if you go back through the rest of his starts, there's only one start other than those 3. There's only been one start this year he's allowed over 3 runs. Peter, we've discussed this one a little bit further here.
Yeah, did you hear what I said, my whole breakdown?
No, we heard nothing.
You heard nothing?
No.
Oh, damn.
So hit us again.
I said that I took Pittsburgh at the early line, understanding that it was, maybe the wrong move. It's moved 16 cents in my favor so far, but I don't necessarily, that doesn't prove anything. Burrow's outs prop was surprisingly low at 15.5 at plus 150 to the over. And, but now I see Troy Torrance saying Giants best bet. You see that?
I did not see that.
Yeah. So I don't know.
Right there, Giants money line best bet. Wow.
Maybe I'll hedge out. I'm going to probably hedge out at a small profit, but I definitely hit Pittsburgh early at like plus 136 when I saw it. I'm not sure what to think of it now, though.
Wow. Well, I'm going to need to sit with all of this information. Let me just write down a couple things so we know. A coin also on Pirates' first 5.
And Wine Time Sports on the Pirates.
Yeah, this is a fascinating.
So you got Wine Time and Troy on opposite sides? How often does that happen in your experience, Jim?
Not often. You're absolutely
Really?
right.
Okay.
No, but the thing about, clearly here, when we take a look at this game, we have a home dog, which is something that Troy's been attacking here as a sharp trap kind of a situation where the line's moving towards the home dog. You have 50% of the tickets and 82% of the cash on the Giants. We trust Burrows. We trust him at home. So I understand Wine Time is seeing all this money being bet on the Giants and the line moving towards the Pirates. And Troy's putting this into, his database, and it's telling him that this is a sharp trap situation where don't follow the line movement. So I can understand both perspectives. It's not like they disagree on an angle here. So,
and maybe the biggest sharp trap here was on the Burrows outs prop over 15.5 at plus 150. It's now down a little bit. So again, it moved in my favor a little bit, but very surprising outs prop for Burrows.
Well, interesting stuff. We've already heard from Friedrich saying that there's, he's on a pitch limit and that's part of the issue. Yeah. And now we have Nut Flush Allen saying San Francisco run line.
Oh boy. No offense to Wine Time Sports, but if you got best bet from Troy Torrance and run line from Nut Flush Allen on a Giants game, wow. See, this is the comment section right here, baby. This is the comment section. This is what they do.
This is what they do.
I'm going to hedge out of this, for real.
I'm going to need lots of time to study this here. I need more time. I'm going to copy and paste this. Great to have Nut Flush Allen back in business.
Yeah, I'm going to hedge out at a teeny profit, and then I'm going to probably take a position on the Giants.
All right. Well, that was a fun breakdown. Very, very, very interesting. Let's roll on. I think the out prop, well, but it ties with Friedrich's pitch count.
Yeah.
All right, let's roll on. Great to have Nut Flush Allen back in business. Let's roll. 6:45 p.m. Eastern with the Baltimore Orioles, 51-62, 24-35 on the road. The Philadelphia Phillies, 64-48, 36-20 at home. We're at Citizens Bank Park in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Shout out to Roger. That 215 in the house. Let's get into the weather here in Philly. 83 Fahrenheit, feels like 84, 5.4 miles per hour to left field, dies down at 4.5 miles per hour. Ballpark Pal, let's see where they rate Citizens Bank here. Plus 3% overall, plus 19% homers, even doubles and triples, and minus 6% singles. Let's go into the line history for this one. Peter, we'll start with the money line. We have Taijuan Walker and the Phillies at minus 130. They opened up minus 144. A big move towards the Baltimore Orioles and a pitcher that I back in Dean Kramer. But I back him at home, and I defend him, and he takes a ton of abuse. This total opened up at 9.5, and it has moved to 10. Taking a look at the cash flow for this one, we have over to Interleague. We have 53% of the tickets, 52% of the cash on the Baltimore Orioles. I'm sure that this is a vividness bias of us wanting to fade Taijuan Walker because he hasn't been too horrible this year. 57% of tickets on the over, 84% of cash on the over. We've seen him move from 9.5 to 10. We also have stacks in the house. Jackson Holiday, over 1.5 bases is the stacks play day number one. Stacks will be joining us here for WNBA. And shout out to our guy, Justin Mcelvy.
Stacks, 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 stacks. Stacks, 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 stacks.
Justin Mcelvy, Orioles team total over 4.5 in his pocket as well. So let's roll here. Dean Kramer, 8-7, 4.27 ERA, 1.27 WHIP, 126 in the third innings, 104 strikeouts, 34 walks, 17 home runs. His last start at home versus the Jays, and he pitched decent. 3 earned runs over 5 innings, 5 strikeouts, and 2 walks. On the road, though, he's been lit up and smoked. 42 earned runs in 13 road starts, over 70 in the third. 83 hits in those 70 in the third. He's allowed 9 home runs on the road. 8 at home, so he allows a lot of homers. Lefties hit him harder than righties. Lefties 264, 756 OPS. 9 legacy on Harper over 1.5 bases, and AM is on the under 10 in this one. Taijuan Walker 3-5, 3.82 ERA, 1.36 WHIP. His last start, 5 innings, 7 hits, 2 earned runs. There were solo shots and a 9-3 loss at the White Sox. At home this year, he's pitched in 12 games. He started 6 of them, and he's not been very good, but he's still being thrown out there once in a while. 20 earned runs in 37 2/3, 40 hits allowed. 29 Ks, 12 walks, not a bad K to walk ratio. It's never been his problem. He's allowed 8 home runs at home this year, 6 on the road. And his splits are normal, but both sides can get to him. Both sides are hitting righties hard. Orioles last 30 days, 257, 753 OPS, while the Phillies are 257, 781 OPS. And this Orioles bullpen has been trash once again. We have a trash bullpen from the Orioles, but the surprise, the Phillies bullpen's been pretty bad as well. 4.73 ERA over the last 30 days. And Wine Time says, I'm on the over 9.5. This will be a 10 very shortly. This is a 10 right now. AM on the under. We've seen a lot of runs when these two teams meet up. Peter Loshak, what's your plan?
Well, I did take the Taijuan Walker under 4.5 strikeouts prop. Had a big favorite line. Now it's down to 3.5. But I'm seeing one place that a couple places that are offering it at 4.5, like 173 or so. I might add that one on. Yeah, I mean, Philly is the real deal yesterday. This has like a much closer but Philly win written all over it. 6-4 Philly type deal. Yeah, Kramer not great, not bad. Not a huge line though. Where was it? The first line I saw was like Philly. Has it moved? Yeah. Oh wow. Look at that. It's moved like 15 cents in Baltimore's favor, huh?
It has.
Wow. All right. I'm not sure. I mean, that's eye opening. I didn't bet anything except for the Walker strikeout prop under. You know, Baltimore's. You know, they kind of suck, but they're all right. And Philly is good for real. That's an interesting line move there. I will take the Walker strikeout prop under though. I'm gonna have to get a real shitty line. 173. I'll take it. Oh no, wait a minute. 170. 170. I'll take that though.
Walker under 4.5 Ks.
Yeah.
Minus 170. I would like now. I understand that Kramer has been bad on the road and he's coming off a really strong road start, but who cares? That was 3 starts ago. He came back home and got lit up by the Rockies. So shout out to the El Dorado custodian, Jason Meyer, the $3 dono to bless our action. Thank you, my friend. It's minus 165, by the way, at BetMGM, Billy.
Oh, there you go. There you go. BetMGM, great, solid book. Sign up with the Pub Sports Radio promo code.
Thank you to our friend Billy Friedrich. We will get to the pig milk play of the day here shortly. So, wow, it's wild. So we have that Astros game. We have TJ and Spooner on the Astros. So I wouldn't have. Wow, I didn't realize. I'm going back over their action. I didn't realize that that's what they were hammering right off the hop. I should have. But they're reading that line so differently than I am. That's fascinating. Then here, though, Pete, and let me hit this again. I'm not saying that Kramer is, destined for a good start or anything like that. But he's, in my estimation, a better pitcher than Taijuan Walker. I believe that Taijuan Walker is more vulnerable here in this spot. And this line moving towards the Baltimore Orioles makes me want to back them. But I'm not going to back them full game. I'd like to cut this down and focus on attacking Taijuan Walker. And shout out to Jason Myers, says, my debt is finally paid in full, courtesy of Justin. Mr. McKelvey here. Courtesy of Justin says, let's get paid today in full. So I think Dean Kramer is, maybe a C+ is fine, but I think he's better. Or I can understand if someone wouldn't agree with that. Thank you, Jason, my friend. I'm glad that you are getting paid in full, and that our friend Justin leading you to the pay dirt. I love it. So first 3 or first 5, I'm not going to double up, and I'm going to decide which one to move on the Orioles. I'm going to fade Taijuan Walker here. Anything for you other than Walker under 4.5 strikeouts, Pete?
No, but I am looking at some batter props. There's probably some batter props that might be okay.
Okay, well, why don't you peruse them?
Yeah.
We will roll into our next spot on the board. 6:45 p.m. Eastern. We have the Athletics 49-65, 26-31 on the road at the Washington Nationals, 44-67, 21-34 at home. Nationals Park in Washington, D.C. Luis Severino has been very, very good to me, Pete. He was getting lit up and smoked at home early. He's been very predictable. He turned things around 4 starts ago. He's been making me money. He's been a very fun pitcher to cap. Let's talk about the weather to get us started here. We will begin with the weather at Swish here in DC. We have 79 Fahrenheit, feels like 82, 4.5 miles per hour to left field, dies down to 2.7 miles per hour. Let's get into the cash flow, or the total here. The total here has, sorry, here we go. Oh, sorry, I didn't do Ballpark Pal. My apologies. Ballpark Pal has DC as a second most offensive park today, plus 11%, plus 1% homers, plus 20% doubles and triples, and plus 3% singles. We have a 8.5 total, Peter. This opened up at 8.5 minus 104 to the over. There's been opened up at minus 106 to the over. Now it's minus 104 to the under. So basically just a tightening of VIG there. No movement. On the money line, we have a minus 138 for the Washington Nationals. They opened up at minus 150. Oh, that's the wrong book. Sorry, I'm looking at the wrong book. That's not a fair book to look at here. I see a minus 124. They opened up at minus 129. So a very slight move towards the Athletics. A DC capper on the over. Athletics team total over 3.5. Robert Franklin got the A's plus 126 here. So Luis Severino going up against Mackenzie Gore. Let's take a look at the cash flow for this one. Interleague action, 60% of the tickets on the A's, 82% of cash. Very small move. 61% tickets on the over, but 79% cash on the under, and it's climbing. AM says this line says Nats money line and the under 8.5. Coin says this Nats pen remains suspect and is gutted. All right. Luis Severino, 5-11, 4.83 ERA, 1.35 whip. His last start, 5 innings, 5 hits, 1 earned run, 6 Ks, 2 walks, and a 6-1 win at home versus the Mariners. On the road this year, he's been very good. 20 earned runs in 10 starts. Pitching well. He's allowed 5 home runs on the road, 8 at home. Opponents hitting .212 against him. Lefties hit him a lot harder than, quite a decent amount harder than righties. The lefties in the lineup are plentiful for the Nats. Abrams, Wood, Garcia, Bella, switch hitter, Lowe, Dalen Lyle. That is the lefties in that lineup to attack Luis Severino. Mackenzie Gore, on the other hand, his last start was bad. 9-1 loss at the Astros. Is this a bounce-back opportunity for him? He's pitching now at home. He's had 9 starts at home. He's allowed 21 earned runs. Just 39 hits, though, and 51 in the third. Opponents hitting .212 against him as well at home. Opponents hitting .212 against Severino on the road. A's versus lefties last 30 days, 269 with a 796 OPS. Nats versus righties, 241, 698. And the A's have a big bullpen advantage. Take it away here for us, Peter. A's Nationals.
Yeah, I did take the A's here. I'm not really sold on Gore right now. I didn't bet it, but his strikeout prop under 6.5 and hits over 4.5 are both looking pretty tempting. And I did take the A's early line when it came out at plus money. Might not have been the right thing to do, but I did take it. And we'll see where the line moves.
We have an OG in our chat right now. Brant Hunt. This man rocked with me all through Costa Rica. Brant Hunt says, been a long time since I've been here for a live show. Brant Hunt, it is great to see you, my man. Great to see you. Yes, the A's make sense to me. I find this very difficult to perceive. On one hand, the A's road record, they're just 5 games under 500 on the road, while the Nats are 13 games under 500 at home. We have a pitcher who's been succeeding on the road consistently in Luis Severino. So why are they a dog at this? They shouldn't really be, should they? Now you could the A's. I mean, I don't. You could say because Mackenzie Gore is on the hill, but he got lit up and smoked in his last start. Right. But that's the only angle, because you'd say. So then you're saying that you have a big advantage. It must be a big advantage at starting pitching, because the A's have a better road record than the Nats' home record. The A's are raking lefties, the Nats aren't hitting righties. The A's bullpen is 2.67, allowing 2.67 runs less over 9 innings. So could Gore possibly be that big of a factor?
Yeah, I mean, he was a friggin' all-star, and except for his last few starts, if it was before the all-star break, you would have been like, this is the most suspicious line I've seen, all year long. And will he be able to, turn something around? I'm sure he's been working with the pitching coach between Wednesday and now, trying different arm slots and shit.
I'm with AM. Books are rolling out the red carpet. This is his quote. Books are rolling out the red carpet for A's bettors. Now, we also, though, Pete, have Billy Friedrich's Pig Milk play of the day right here on the A's first 5. This is not a man I want to cap, but this is a party that I want to go to.
Very avant-garde. Avant-garde. Pig milk play of the day on the A's. First 5.
Yeah, I'm not going to. I don't want to go up against all of you guys that are on the A's. Let me say that again. I don't. At this point, I do not have the conviction to go up against you guys. But it doesn't make sense to me.
Well, the big question mark is Gore. Is he going to bounce or not? You know.
TJ says if the books were rolling out the red carpet, they would keep the line steady or even move it to Washington. He disagrees. Maybe the red carpet is too much, but this opening line to me does not make sense. When there's advantages all over the board for the Athletics, who have a much better road record than the Nats home record. Then the only thing, what I would have to sit with is, okay, is Mackenzie Gore worth that much?
At top in normal good form, yes.
Billy Friedrich says that red carpet's going to have a lot of pig milk stains on it. So, Stimmy OG says, is it true that in Canada they throw coins at strippers instead of bills? Just wondering. Only in one province, Stimmy, and it is horrifying. That province is Alberta. It's horrifying, and they even heat up the toonies. It's just, oh god, it's just horrifying. I couldn't believe it, and there's no contact dances or anything like that either. So it's just like, you stop going immediately. TJ says, do you think most bettors think Gore is much better than Severino? I do.
Of course.
I mean, I do, but that's what TJ's saying. And then he says, what's the first 5 price versus full game? That is a great question. Let's pull this out. Here. Look, I can understand from an X's nose point why anybody would be on the A's here, especially with this big plus money that they're offering you. But with the way these two teams are playing right now, with the Nats, I mean, I guess you could say the A's got rid of a bunch of players too. I guess that's maybe moot. This will be telling though. The Nats are minus 130 full game, so it should be much more expensive first 5, and it's the exact same price. Okay. I'm gonna see if I have the conviction, but I'm gonna imagine to stay off. I do not want to go up against all of you guys, but I do truly believe that this line would just make everybody gravitate towards betting the Athletics. Peter, is there anything you want here for Athletics Nationals?
No, not really, but I will point out that Gore, even before the All-Star break, was a little bit showing for when he had good easy assignments against the tired St. Louis team. He had a nice start and this and that. He was having walks issues, and wasn't
And shout out to Kelly McInnes. He says not all of us in Alberta do that, Jimmy. Seen 1 or 2 get grabbed by bouncers and smashed. I'm happy about that, Kelly, and thank you for sticking up for the Albertans. Look, I love Calgary, man. I like Calgary. All right. I'm going to sit with this and all these notes. I've copied and pasted like crazy. Oh, Coin says A's getting 110 first 5 plus 120 full game. I've got the same numbers here. Why don't I check offshore here? Why don't I just quickly check an offshore? I'm sure they'll give us some sort of a difference. We'll just see how massive it is. Coin looking at Washington first 5 minus 130 and full game minus 135. So I got the. Oh, I'm not logged in though. Let me just log in here and see if that changes anything. But I got the minus 130 either way. And here, let's get this up. Okay, and if we look at an offshore for the price difference between the. And we would say there should be a price difference if we think that there is an advantage. The Nats are full game minus 124 and first 5 minus 127. So 3 cents difference. Okay. Let's roll on. That was Athletics Nationals. Next up for us, Peter, 7:10 p.m. Eastern, the Cleveland Guardians at the New York Mets. These Guardians 57-55, 28-28 on the road. At the Mets 63-50, 38-19 at home. Oh, that's the Royals game. Jose, did I? Yeah. Thank you. Beautiful. All right, we have Logan Allen going up against Clay Holmes. We are in City Field, Queens, New York. Troy Torrance says this is the smallest first 5 full game split I've seen in a Nats game. Brant Hunt, it is great to see you, man. Great memories. Capping together when I was in Costa Rica, my man. Brant Hunt in the house. Hope all is well for you, man. And thank you for stopping by. It's great to see you. Let's roll this one up here. Let's start with the weather, Pete. In New York, we have 80 Fahrenheit, feels like 81, 8 miles per hour to left field, dies down at 6.3 miles per hour. Ballpark Pal has City Field here as the worst ballpark for offense. Minus 14% overall, minus 9% homers, minus 11% doubles and triples, and minus 10% singles. Line history-wise, Peter, we have the New York Mets at minus 154. They opened up at minus 189, a monstrous move towards the Guardians, who've gone from plus 168 all the way down to plus 141. From a total side of things, taking a second for some reason here. I don't know why it's taking a second. While that's happening, while I'm waiting for the total line history, let's give you guys the cash flow. We have interleague action, 73% of the tickets on the Mets, but 74% of the cash on the Guardians. 77% of tickets on the under and 72% of cash on that under. It's going to take me a second. I don't know what's going on with my site that I've been using for line shopping or for the total, so we'll just move past it, and I will grab it here in a little bit. So, Logan Allen. Yes. Yeah, downtown Brown South Side, or I imagine this is a perky alias. I do know what you're saying with Big Tits Lynn. Logan Allen, 7-9, 4.06 ERA, 1.36 whip, 81 strikeouts in 108 2/3. Last start, 7 innings, 8 hits, 2 earned runs, solo shots, 3 Ks and 1 walk in the 10-4 win at home versus the Rockies. On the road, 20 earned runs in 9 starts. 20 earned runs in 9 starts. Last start, 20 earned runs in 9 starts. Lefties hitting 250 with a 735 OPS. Righties 263, 742. Splits are fine. Clay Holmes here, 9-6, 3.45 ERA, 1.32 whip. His last start, 3 2/3, 8 hits, 4 runs, 2 of which were earned. A 5-0 loss at the Padres. At home, 10 starts and 22 in runs. So Clay Holmes better at home. Logan Allen has been better on the road. Logan Allen's just pitching well, no matter where he is these days. Guardians versus righties last 30 days, 232, 725 OPS. Mets versus lefties last 30 days, 207, 625 OPS. Guardians bullpen 2.79 ERA last 30 days, pitching quite well despite losing Clase, who has had his locker cleaned out, as well as Luis Garcia, I believe it is. Mets bullpen 4.06 ERA last 30 days. Take it away for us here, Peter. Guardians, Mets.
Well, this one, the line seemed a little bit. I was surprised by how big of a line, what big of a favorite the Mets were. I didn't take Cleveland though. Again, the strikeout props made a little bit not great sense to me, so I did take Allen over 3.5 strikeouts at a big favorite line, and I also took Holmes under 3.5 strikeouts at a plus money line. Holmes pitching well, but he gets a lot of grounder, big ground ball guy, doesn't get a lot of strikeouts, so I took both of those. Holmes's outs prop was a little bit surprising to me. I didn't bet it though, 15.5 at like minus 105 or so. So I did take both of those strikeout props for a little bit. And now I'm just kind of like thinking it, definitely leaning Cleveland at the line. Not exactly understanding why they should be that big of a favorite. Leaning under. And that's it.
Well, Troy's right. You know, Troy says, does this 8.5 total surprise you? We have the information that this is run-suppressing weather. We have 2 very good starters on the hill. We have a Mets bullpen that's being fortified and is pitching better despite, an ERA, a taint here over 4 over the last 30 days. A Guardians bullpen that is missing, 2 pieces, but it's pitching quite well. two starters that are pitching very. Why is this an 8.5? Why did I understand why I went from 8.5 to 8. I'm surprised it went back to 8.5. Doesn't that total surprise you in this situation, Peter?
Surprises me a little bit. I mean, Holmes is obviously up and down, and if he has a down start here after 5 innings, you're going to be pretty close to 8.5 just with Cleveland alone. The Mets have some okay bats in their lineup, and it's it's still upper 70s. It's still a nice little hot weather over there. It does surprise me a little bit, but it doesn't shock me.
It shocks me.
Mm-hmm.
It's way higher than I would expect. Nutflush says the under in the Mets first 3 screaming. It would be screaming if this was a 7.5. If this was a 7.5, I would bet it. So I'm gonna move past it here. This makes me extremely uncomfortable. I mean, I guess what it's saying is that Clay Holmes is vulnerable. Is that it, Pete?
Yeah, now the home strikeout prop is up to 4.5 at big favorite line on the under, though.
And the Mets aren't hitting lefties, 207, 625 OPS.
Yeah, Logan Allen now up to 4.5 as well.
So then if I'm going here, there should be a huge price difference. Not huge, but I guess I don't know about that. The Guardians bullpen's been pitching well, but there should be a price difference first 5 rather than full game. Because you're cutting down the opportunities at least the Mets have to attack you. So let's just see what that is. This is Guardians are +1. This is at 365 again, public book, +135 full game, and then first 5 +135. There's no price difference because Clay Holmes has pretty good numbers. Nutflush Allen says the Undoing Project for Public Action. So, this has 77% of tickets and 72% cash on the under. The 8.5 makes absolutely no sense to me whatsoever. Spooner says Sabrowski and Gaddis on 3 out of 4 days. Some real question on who bridges the gap to Cade Smith, who's still getting comfortable as 9th inning arm. All right. Okay. So, And here, even to get me to the Guardians, I think that the Guardians should be 15 or 20 cents price difference is what I think. So I'm not. This game makes me extremely uncomfortable. Peter, are you moving on Guardians Mets?
No, but I'm gonna take the Allen over strikeouts and Holmes under strikeouts, and I'll shop around for the best line.
Okay. Let's roll on. Let's roll. I guess when it comes down to it, if I was given just a free bet to go up, if someone said, "Here's $1,000, go bet this for me," I guess I would bet the over because it just doesn't make sense that it's an 8.5. This should be a total that's dropping. So, let's roll on to our next spot on the board. 7:10 p.m. Eastern. Peter, we have the Kansas City Royals 56-57, 28-29 on the road at the Boston Red Sox 63-51, 38-21 at home. Christopher Carter says Clay Holmes is running out of gas. We have Ryan Bergert coming off a nice performance in the 7-1 win at home versus the Mets. 4 innings, 2 hits, 1 earned run, 4 Ks, 4 walks. On the road, he's pitched in 7 games. He started 4. AM on the over 7.5 here. We have in these 23 innings that Bergert's pitched on the road, he's allowed 5 earned runs. Now he has walked 9 batters, is too much, but 165 opponents batting average. Righties 237, 762 OPS. Lefties aren't standing much of a chance against them. Lefties, he's been shutting down 143, 464 OPS. Red Sox are playing good basketball, and they have righties to hurt him. Gonzalez, Bregman, Toro, switch heel hit from the right side. Trevor Story, Narvaez, and Rafaela behind the plate, all righties. So that is Bergert here. Going up against Garrett Crochet, 12-4, 2.23 ERA, 1.09 whip. He has 175 strikeouts and 141 in the third. He's been pitching very well. Coming off 4-2 loss at home versus the Dodgers, 6 innings, 8 hits, 2 earned runs, solo shots, 10 Ks, and 2 walks. At home, 10 starts, 17 earned runs. He's been very good. His splits are very strong. Royals, though, have been hitting lefties, 247, 766 OPS. Red Sox versus righties, 263, 802. And this Royals bullpen has allowed 2.11 runs more than this Red Sox bullpen that's been pitching at an elite level. Let's get into the line history here and the weather. So let's start with the weather, and then we'll hand it over to Peter. Jose, a couple things he's working on. He will be with us shortly, so we won't be able to hear his take on the Boston Red Sox. 70 Fahrenheit, feels like 71, 6.3 miles per hour in, dies down to 3.6 miles per hour in. Ballpark Pal, we're here. Ballpark Pal has Fenway at plus 3%, minus 25% home runs, plus 8% doubles and triples, and plus 14% singles. Line history wise, we have this as a 7.5. It's minus 115 to the over. This opened up at 8 at a pick'em, dropped down to 7.5. Interestingly enough, it got back up to 8 at 9 in the morning, but now we're at a 7.5. It is juiced to the over at minus 115. Call it a quarter of a run move. When we get to the money line here for this spot, we have the Red Sox minus 230. They opened up at minus 225, so just 5 cents of movement towards them. And then when we get to the cash flow, Peter, for this AL matchup, we have 78% of the tickets, 73% of the cash on the Boston Red Sox, 82% of tickets, 95% cash on the under. What appeals to you here, Peter?
Let me see. Well, this one, yeah, I mean, it feels like sort of a classic Boston spot. Crochet obviously dealing. Usually has one dud a month, though. Not sure if this is going to be it. And the KC guy, good, but he gives up fly balls and walks. Not sure that's great for Fenway. Although it suppresses home runs, of course. He probably get his strikeouts though. I think he had a bad start recently where I took his over 3.5 strikeouts and he cashed it. And I'd be leaning that way again. Feels like another nice start for Crochet. Again, 18.5 outs at plus 140 was something that I didn't bet that, but that's something that surprised me. Leaning Boston, though.
I wonder if Berger can throw with him for a little bit. With all this money on the under, I guess I would want it to move a little bit further towards the under. And the Royals are hitting lefties hard. Nasty Nate says Red Sox smash. Joe Yerkowitz says can't fade Boston right now. Troy Torrance says Royals won't score in the first 5 innings. And Turnbuckle Tommy says I love the Royals here. There we go. Turnbuckle Tommy, I'm not sure if that's the case. Unless maybe you're right. Maybe because I cashed that first 302 in his last start, Webb's last start, but I guess you're set because 2 games back he allowed 6 earned runs. So yeah, you're absolutely right with the ERA. Okay, well this one is. I wonder if this is the market's not moving towards the Red Sox, but I wonder if this would be close to this. Would the Red Sox be close to this? AM says, if you believe the money splits, how do you explain the 7.5 to 8? You're absolutely right, AM. That's absolutely right. And he says Circa moved it to 8 and still seeing it. You're right. I can't explain that. I can't. Okay, if I was to explain it, I would say, well, look, the Royals are hitting lefties very hard, 247, 766 OPS last 30 days. And the Red Sox are hitting righties, 263, 802. So that would be my only explanation, that the both offenses are hitting hard. What is your explanation, Peter, if we believe the splits telling us here that 82% of the tickets and 95% of cash are on the under? Why would it have come back up to 8 after dropping to 7.5?
You mean, well, it came back because a bet that was respected bet that way. Why would that bet happen?
Well, it's just saying that the under is very fishy.
Full game, it probably is. Yeah. I expect, I expect Crochet to be, good, excellent.
Nasty Nate says, let's see the women by the stream to figure this one out. Good call. Let's see her. Gotta find that fucking stream. My man BT in the house. Gorky, thank you for the dono, my man. Let's get it. Let's get that cash today. Well, I guess nothing is appealing to me here when it comes down to it. Yeah, all right. Troy Tony says, look at Kansas City Royals versus quality left-handed pitching.
Yeah, go ahead.
I feel like there's not an angle here that is is comfortable for me to invest in. And if there is volatility, we would think it's got to come from Burgert. But maybe with the Royals, the way they're hitting lefties, maybe there's some volatility with Crochet as well. Hard to say that, but
no, Crochet actually has quite high volatility. It's just with his good starts take up 80% of his starts. It's not 50-50 split, but when he actually has for an elite guy a very high volatility number for me.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna stay off of this spot.
Meaning that you're not going to get too many, 3, 2, 3, 4. You're going to get like 1 or 0 or like 4 or 5 from it.
Is there anything that you want?
I think I might wind up just taking, Boston -1 or first 5 or something else. And also, by the way, Jim, I am going to take the Holmes under 4.5 strikeouts at -168, but not the Allen over strikeout.
Okay. Definitely not the Humber River. Yeah. Let's roll. Let's roll on 7:15 p.m. Eastern. The Brewers should probably be bet every day. I have my only futures in Major League Baseball on the Brewers this year. I feel great, but it's causing me not to bet them because there's a lot of fishy situations market-wise that the Brewers are involved in. I thought yesterday's line was fishy. And I think today's line is fishy as well. And I'm trying to decide is it okay if I don't bet the Brewers every day, or am I already late to the party even though I have the futures on them? I've been asking myself, I've been thinking about the Brewers way too much. But these are fishy lines. Peralta's not looked very good of late. The Brewers opened up -142, they're now -136. 3-game lead. Last night, when I went to sleep, I could still get the Brewers to win the division at -115. When I woke up, it was -150. I was pleased to see that. But a long way to go still. We have a total here at 7.5. It's -111 to the under. This opened up at 8. It's implying that Joey Wentz is going to pitch well here. Oh, I agree, Tommy. It was very fishy. Very fishy. Grant Clarkson is on the Brewers run line. Let's grab the weather here in Atlanta, set up the market. We have humidity and possible drizzle, and then humidity and overcast. 75, it feels like, so it's not that hot. 7.2 miles per hour left to right across the diamond, dies down at 5.2. Ballpark Pal has this Truist Park -6%, -3% homers, -17% doubles and triples, and +3% singles. We talked about this move towards the under. It opened up at 8. We've talked about the very slight move towards the Braves, which is confusing. Joe Yerkovich says the Road Brewers are also undervalued. Troy Torrance says, are the Brewers the best team in baseball? They're just, at this point in the year, they're playing more than the sum of their parts. There's not much more to say about it. They're just coming in and play. When it's best on best, are they still going to be able to succeed? Oh, thank you, Jason. Sorry, let's get this. Oh man, okay. Give me a second to switch the graphics here. It's gonna. Well, you know what? I'll hand it over to Pete first. Freddie Peralta, 12-5, 3.08 ERA, 1.13 WHIP. He's been very good this year. His last start, 10-3 loss at home versus the Cubs. He allowed 5 earned runs over 4 innings. On the road, he's not been that good. 11 games started, 27 earned runs allowed. His splits are very good. Joey Wentz is coming off a beautiful performance in a 1-0 extra inning loss at the Kansas City Royals. It was impressive. Oh, thank you, Jose. It was impressive. Now, we heard from Ron Crawford. He's born and raised in Lawrence, Kansas. He was pitching, in Kansas City, and he was spectacular. He's made one home start with the Braves. That was back on July 19th, and he looked excellent. He didn't allow an earned run in 4 innings against the Yankees. He's a lefty, right? He's got the regular splits for a lefty. Nine Legacy says Brewers has a sneaky good lineup. Yes, they're look. You don't need to tell me about them, man. I was on them at the beginning of the year to win the division and go over 83.5 wins, and then about 6 weeks ago, I took them to win the NL and the World Series, 35-1, 17-1. I'll make $27K if they do that. No, I don't expect them to do that. Brewers versus lefties, 302, 798 OPS. Braves versus righties, last 30 days, 231, 717 OPS. Brewers bullpen, 2.2 runs allowed less over 9 innings than the Braves bullpen. Troy says, I think the Brewers have the best pitching in baseball. Clearly, I agree with that. And their bullpen can handle things. Here we go. AM has the over 7.5, has a projected 8.6. Take it away for us, Peter Loshak, Brewers, Braves.
All right. First of all, I am probably going to add on some stuff from KC Boston. We'll see. This line seemed very fishy, didn't it?
Yes.
Milwaukee should be probably a little bit of a bigger favorite here, right? When I saw
a
them,
lot.
Yeah. Peralta, I guess it's a Mackenzie Gore type situation. Is he going to rebound here? I think probably okay. Wentz, off of that great start, is he doing something with a pitching coach who's changing up? What he's doing, I don't know. And it definitely seems like Atlanta just a lethargic team right now. So very fishy. I didn't bet this one. I wanted to hear what you guys had to say, and definitely want to hear I want to see what action comes in, where the line moves. But Milwaukee, a bit of a suspiciously low favorite, but Peralta's earned run prop very low, just 1.5, minus 125 for the over, right? And then Wentz, his earned run prop was 1.5, minus 160 for the over, but still, just an interesting thing here.
It's extremely interesting. I'm with all of you guys here, and I agree with all of what you guys are saying. But I don't see one person saying, well, I'm going to be on the Braves then.
I mean, if Peralta's expected earned runs is 1.1, then how could Milwaukee be that small of a favorite? That modest of a favorite, sorry.
Let's just give a quick shout out for our guy, Justin Biller, coming to us from Germany. Justin, building up that bankroll right now for the football season. I love it. Downtown Brown South Side has Wentz first 5 money line. That's the first time. That's the first person that we've seen on the Braves. Wine Time says it's Braves or pass. I'll take pass. Peter, what do you say?
I'm going to pass. Definitely interesting, though. Slight lean Wentz over 4.5 strikeouts at plus money. That's for sure. But, yeah, I'm going to pass on this one.
Troy says if this line moves 10 more cents, I'll be on the Brewers. TJ says fishy. I've been banking on Milwaukee, but staying away today. Let's roll on. I do not want to get involved. Now, Luke Wyrock says, says, still getting the Brewers at a great price. I'll take it.
Yeah.
Luke, I get it. I get it. There have been some times where I don't do this often, and now because I care so much about the market and I spend too much time thinking about where the books' heads are at, that I'm handling streaks terribly. This never used to be a problem before. I would handle streaks very well, but I'd handle everything else terribly. So, Justin McKelvey says, "Have you seen the Braves lineup? Yesterday was no Riley or Ozuna. I've not. We won't get it here for a little bit. I can tell you the expected Braves lineup: Profar, Olsen, Baldwin, Murphy, Harris, Albies, White, Alvarez, and Nick Allen. So it's they're neither are expected to be in. Thank you for saying that, TJ says, but that's because I love Priester. And, Mr. Belvedere was right. I was going back. Now, Josh Lauer did upset me with some of his Priester bashing, but you're right. It was Gagnon. It was Gagnon, Mr. Belvedere. You nailed it. He was the main culprit. Mr. Belvedere knows. Grant Clarkson says, I'm not getting off the Brewers train just yet. And there's Ick Schnizzle in the house. Icky. Great to see you, man. Ick Schnizzle coming to us from the land. Our friend Ick Schnizzle. Man, does he ever make our Pubapaloozas fun? Okay, I'm moving past this. I'm going to cheer for the Brewers. Unfortunately, I only have 400 on the plus 280. There's no big paydays unless this team represents the National League in the World Series. But if they win the division, it will make the route much simpler, much easier. Jermaine says, so none of these faves have been taking money and going the opposite way. You're absolutely right, Jermaine. Let's roll on to Reds Cubs, Peter. Reds Cubs here. And there we go. We have Wrigley Field in Chicago, Illinois. That was a big loss. Now, for those of you who still have Cubs futures, for the division, I know my man Justin Mcelvy does. There's a 5-game series coming up soon in Chicago. 5 games in Chicago. And that's going to tell the tale. That's going to tell whatever tale is about to be told. But the Reds could still pose a problem here towards the Cubs, and the Reds and Brewers have a bunch of matchups coming up. 77 Fahrenheit, feels like 78, 7.2 miles per hour in, dies down to 5.4 miles per hour. Ballpark Pal has Wrigley Field minus 10%, minus 23% homers, minus 4% doubles and triples, and plus 2% singles. Yeah, Jermaine, I'll take another look to see if there's a move towards any of these favorites, because we haven't quite seen that yet. And Troy Torrance says, I'll back the Cubs for 5 units, 5 consecutive games. All right. That's pretty bullish. Troy's on the under 7.5, and the Reds team total under 3.5. We have Zach Littell in his first start as a Cincinnati Red. For the Rays, 8-8, 3.58 ERA, 1.12 whip. His last start was a 5-4 extra inning loss at the Yankees, but he didn't allow a run over 5 innings. On the road, he had 10 starts this year, and he was excellent. Allowed 21 earned runs. I've expected him to shove on the road throughout, and that hasn't really come to fruition. Lefty's hitting 247 with a 740 OPS against them. Righties 257, 742. Going up against Shota Imanaga, who's not looked very good lately. Coming off a 10-3 win at the Brewers, he went 5 innings, allowed 3 earned runs, 8 Ks, and no walks. Teacher says Troy doesn't care about the market when backing his team. Oh, if the wind is blowing out. Sorry, I didn't catch that. Thank you. That is important. Says, I hope the wind is howling straight to center field in that series. I'll back the Cubs for 5 units, 5 consecutive. Okay, I feel you. Okay, but back here, Shota Imanaga at home has allowed 14 earned runs over 6 starts. Opponents hitting 211 against him. He has regular splits for a lefty. Lefties don't hit them. Righties 245, 747 against them. The Reds are not hitting lefties. 215, 623 OPS, while the Cubs are 236, 702 OPS. The Reds, though, have a huge advantage in the bullpen. The Cubs simply did not do what we expected them to do at the trade deadline and fix some of the holes in this lineup. Let's take a look at that line history, Peter, and then we'll hear your plan of attack. This total is 7.5, minus 110 to the under. This opened up minus 107 to the under. This was minus 116 to the under at 11:37 a.m. It's not quite the case. Let's get to the money line here. From a money line perspective, we have the Cubs at minus 172. So here we go, Jermaine, another spot where the line is not moving toward the favorite. They've gone from minus 170 to minus 172. And when we take a look at the cash flow, let's take a look at the cash flow. We have 75% of the tickets on the Cubs, which is 55% of the cash. 94% of tickets on the under, but just 89% of the cash. Take it away for us, Peter, your plan.
First of all, I'm going to tell you about 2 in that KC game. First of all, I am going to take a Burger to over 3.5 strikeouts at minus 135. You might get that even if he gets hit. And I am going to take Crochet over 18.5 outs plus 147. Plus 147. Hopefully, we'll see how it turns out. But I'm going to take Crochet over 18.5 outs plus 147. Those 2. All right. This one, let me see. Where are we? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it all is predicated on whether we're going to get a bounce back from Imanaga, which I think we will statistically. The line's a little bit high though. His earned run prop is very low, 1.5. It was just like minus 150 to the over. And then Cincinnati struggles against lefties. So when you have a lefty who's on his game, love to fade them. It's a bit of a judgment call on whether Imanaga will bounce back here. I think he will. He's just prone to home runs, which is not going to. The weather isn't home run. What does Ballpark Pal have to say about home runs here, Jim? It's about even, right?
No, minus 23%.
Oh, okay, right, yeah. So I'm definitely leaning hard towards the Cubs. What is the market telling you, Jim?
The market is telling us that sharp action is coming in on the Reds, and this line's not moving a cent towards the Cubs.
Sharp action is coming in on the Reds. Oh, you mean because the public's on the Cubs?
Yes, and the bigger bets are coming in on the Reds.
Yeah, well, as the patron saint of, I don't know, maybe, if Imanaga's on his game, not likely to give up home runs here, then the Cubs are probably, Littell's, not bad. Fly ball guy.
Which should help him in these weather conditions.
Yeah.
It's his first start as a Cincinnati Red. Maybe there should be some concern there. The Cubs are more expensive by 5 cents first 5 than they are full game. The question, so if this is a 7.5 and it's juiced to the under, this first 3 should be what? Minus 150. First 3.5 should be minus 155, I'm guessing. And the first 3 is minus 150.
Yeah.
Again, 365 gives really bad lines on it, but Grant Clarkson says, is Spoon on his Cubbies? Why don't we take a look right now? Here we have Spooner on Astros, Athletics, and Angels. Astros.
Wow, look at this. Troy Torrance like the Reds team total under. So that means he's not super sold on the Cubs putting up a decent bunch of runs here.
Yeah, I think that
although they could.
I think that now let me set this up a little bit with that I'm a fan of Zach Littell and that can get in the way of things. But and again, this is his first start at Cincinnati Reds, so I'm putting a lot of faith in him saying he's going to pitch well here. My bigger question is Imanaga. You've talked about how the weather is going to help a pitcher with some home run issues like Shota has. So let's go over his starts, because I'm not against the first 3 under 2 in these weather conditions here. So in the last 2 starts at the White Sox, at the Brewers, he allowed 10 earned runs over 8 innings. But let's go home. He only had 1 start at home in July. He didn't allow a run in 7 innings versus the Boston Red Sox. Oh, sorry. He also had to start on the 2nd of July. I missed that. It's where he allowed 3 earned runs, but there were 3 solo shots. That was against Cleveland. Then you go back to June. He was hurt. He was hurt for all that. Yeah, Spooner says I wanted an under 8, but couldn't get it. Troy's on the under 7.5. Reds team total under. Turnbuckle Tommy says they lost yesterday. I had Reds money line, Cubs team total under 3.5 because they were facing a left-handed pitcher after a win. Says in those games after they lose left-handed pitching games, they're 9-1. Says Cubs smash here. TJ says only Reds at this price pass. So I it's just going to be a first 3 under 2 for me. And I should say that I'm not going to put question marks around it. I'm going to put asterisks. I expect to bet it. I'm going to take another look at it after the show, but I expect to be on the first 3 under 2. AM on the under 8 in this one. Troy on the under 7.5. So we have a lot of cappers backing unders here.
Yeah, why don't you like the full game under, Jim?
Cubs bullpen. Mm-hmm. But you're right. They go hand in hand. I would say Cubs bullpen 1, and 2. We have 94% of tickets and 90. If we're to believe these numbers, 94% of tickets, 93% cash on the under. And the question is, have we seen enough movement? Are the books showing concern? Let's just take another look at the total here. So from another look here, we have Sorry. It's. I mean, the under 7.5 has moved 3 cents. I mean, it's just not enough. I would like to see this as a minus 125 or minus 130.
I mean, I just ran some numbers. If Troy's a believer that Imanaga is going to have a nice little start here, then his over 17.5 outs prop has value even at a big favorite line.
Yeah. And Turnbuckle Tommy saying Cubs are 1-9 when facing a left-handed pitcher after a win. They won the last game in the O Series and faced left-handed pitcher, and they lost. TJ says Imanaga gets touched.
Wow. Look at that. TJ versus Troy, huh?
That's a heavyweight matchup.
Wow.
All right, let's roll on. Peter, anything you're going to make official here?
No, but I want to figure out what's actually going to happen, because if I could, I would take, the Imanaga outs prop one way or the other. Maybe some team totals like Troy's saying.
Razor sharp picks in the house. Gambler's first glance is the New York Yankees money line. What perfect timing, as that is our very next game. What timing? Razor always has incredible timing, and this is no different.
That's a dope intro. I like that. I always like that one. I always thought that was a little bit underrated by the community.
Yeah, it's because there's less tits in it, Pete.
Right? Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
They're like, "Where's the tits?" 3 stars. Nope.
Jermaine, remember that was after a lefty. We know that Littell's righty. It's that they faced Lodolo last start, but they didn't win that game. But it's after a lefty is the angle. Okay, Peter, my friend, let's rock here. New York Yankees, gamblers first glance at the Texas Rangers. Globe Life Field in Arlington, Texas. Will Warren, 6-5, 4.64 ERA, 1.43 up, 128 strikeouts, 110 2/3. He gets strikeouts, and that is the reason why, with some of his poor statistics, he's still given the opportunity to throw every 5 days. AM is on the under 8.5, says projected 7.8. His Will Warren's last start was a thing of beauty. 5-4 extra inning win at home versus the Rays. 6 innings, 1 earned run. On the road this year, he has struggled. 11 starts, 36 earned runs, 295 opponent's batting average, and lefties hit him hard, Peter. 279, 852 OPS against them. So let's take a look at who we expect him to face from that left-hand side here. Josh Smith, Corey Seager, 1-2. Jock Peterson batting 5th is the expectation, and then Rock and Rowdy Tellez batting 8th. So not a lot of left-handed sticks for him to worry. Justin McKelvey says, whispers of Judge coming back today. I believe that was confirmed. I believe. I believe.
I mean, he's definitely in the expected lineup here at RotoWire.
Nathan Eovaldi, 9-3, 1.49 ERA, 0.89 whip. And yes, confirmed from Jose that Judge has been reinstated officially. Nate Eovaldi, 0.89 whip, has been very, very good. 7 innings, 1 earned run in his last start, and 6-3 win at the Angels. At home, 8 starts. He's allowed 8 earned runs in those 8 starts. He's just pitching phenomenally well. Lefties, 215, 590 OPS. Righties, 177, 460 OPS. Now, Yankees are hitting righties harder than we expected with Judge out of the lineup, 239, 760 OPS. Rangers are righties, 253, 764 OPS. And the Yankees bullpen has continued to struggle. Turnbuckle Tommy says Rangers first 5 smash. And Luke says, I still like the Rangers here. And Spooner says Judge will play today. So let's take a look here. We know that the roof will be closed. It's going to be very hot in Texas. So let's just get right into the line history and the cash flow and then hand it over to Peter Loshak. We have a total of 8, minus 108 to the over. This opened up at 8.5 and dropped to 8. Half run move towards the under. That is an indication if this line is moving towards the Yankees. We can decide whether it's Judge coming back or whether we believe it is an indication that the market believes Will Warren will pitch well. The Rangers are minus 122. They opened up minus 134, a 12-cent move away from them. And a 8-cent move towards the New York Yankees from plus 121 2 + 1, 13. Let's get into the cash flow here for this one, Pete. We have, here we go. We have 65% of the tickets on the Texas Rangers, but 61% of the cash on the New York Yankees. 67% of tickets on the under and 69% cash on the under. Peter Loshak, take it away.
This one is very, very scary. Obviously, Eovaldi flat out awesome. Obviously, suspiciously low line, even with Judge coming back. Warren can be good, but high volatility and way worse on the road. So that's very, scary. I would definitely be taking dog lines or trying to take a dog line if I was going to bet this game any which way. As of right now, pass.
I would like to take a closer look at Eovaldi's numbers against these New York Yankees. Something isn't quite adding up. The fishy line, not expecting Eovaldi to shove here, is a possibility. The numbers versus Eovaldi, they have some decent numbers against them. I think that's the surprise. I mean, Stanton, 250 with a 921 OPS, 36 at-bats. He has 4 homers, 11 RBI. Judge is back, 353. He's got an OPS over 1,000 against them, 2 homers and 34 at-bats. Caballero has a homer and 5 at-bats, hitting 400 against them. Goldschmidt, 278. I guess the issue here is that the big bats for the Yankees do get to Eovaldi. And then when we go to Will Warren, his numbers are pretty good against these Texas Rangers. This is an interesting spot, Pete. Let me go back to that cash flow one more time here.
Rem Most, not the hugest fan of the thumbnail produced today. Okay.
Yeah, no, I would expect that from him.
Would not expect Rem Most to like it, that's for sure. Wasn't quite expecting that vitriolic of an objection to it.
Yeah. Well,
I feel you, though.
Let me ask you, Rem, who do you think photoshopped Jose's face on Daisy Duke's body? Who do you think? MMA locker room, we got Milzy driving out to Vegas, says, who's out here? Hit me up all week. Nice. MMA locker room here. Turnbuckle Tommy says, I'm a firm believer that the books know sharps and cappers watch line movement and place bets based off that. Yeah, you've mentioned that. I truly think sometimes they intentionally misprice lines to sway our decision. Now, Wine Time says Rangers were magic last night. Well, this is I guess I should just agree here. The problem is this Yankees bullpen is difficult to trust. They've been a little bit better last 10 days or so, but they've been so bad. Do we think Eovaldi's just a different pitcher right now? He certainly has a ton of confidence. Well, anything for you officially here, Pete? I'm going to need to sit with all these notes that I've taken here.
Definitely an interesting game. And there's a slight chance I might be, on this obvious pick of the week here, maybe at least the card, which is Texas first 5, and not telling anyone about it. If it loses, pretend I never did it. But yeah, pass for me as far as this show is concerned.
Troy says I have the Yankees scoring 5.5 runs in this spot.
No shit. What, in like the 8th inning? Or does he think Eovaldi's going to get touched?
Wow. This one's going to, Stanton and Judge get to him. Mark Sosowski, though, on the Rangers money line. All right, I'm going to need more time to study that one. Let's move on to our next spot on the board, Pete.
Eovaldi doesn't go deep, so that's one factor here.
That is a factor, yeah. That is a factor. We've already heard that our friend TJ is on the over 11 in Blue Jays Rockies. And TJ says I'm on the Rangers officially. Says pen advantage significant. Wow. Okay, so Mark Sosowski and TJ both then moving on to the Rangers. And he says Rangers just saw all of the Yankees' best arms. Let's roll on here, Pete, We have TJ in our chat. TJ's also on the over in Blue Jays Rockies. We're at Coors Field in Denver, Colorado. We have Anthony Molina, the 23-year-old Venezuelan, making his first start of the year. Last year as a 22-year-old, he spent quite a bit of time up with Colorado. Let's just pull up his numbers. I believe he pitched just under 60 innings last year with Colorado. Oh, shoot. That was my problem. Sorry, let me just move this over here. All right, here we go. Let's take a look at what he's done this year in the minors. I was hoping that we'd get a breakdown from Jose on his fellow Venezuelan, San Joaquin, Venezuela. This man was born. Let's take a look at what he's done in the minors this year. Here we go. Sorry, going to take a second here. Let's get his minor league stats up. While that is happening here, I don't know why it's taking so long. Oh, here we go. Okay, here we go. The numbers for Molina this year in Albuquerque, which does give you a nice opportunity to get used to very offensive ballparks. But again, he pitched in Colorado last year, and he pitched in the Venezuelan Winter League as well. Made 7 starts in the Venezuelan Winter League. But in Albuquerque, he made 15 starts, 6.59 ERA, 1.90 whip. He's not been very good. It's hard to believe that he will shove here against the Blue Jays team batting .309 with an .849 OPS versus righties. Rockies versus righties, 268, 773. Both teams hitting righties very hard. Both bullpens struggling. Jays bullpen 5.21 ERA last 30 days, while the Rockies 7.96. Brio 7-4, 3.84 ERA, 1.26 whip. His last start, 4 1/3, 6 hits, 5 runs, just 2 of which were earned in a 9-8 win at the Orioles. On the road this year, he's had 12 starts. He's allowed 25 earned runs. He's been very good and very trustworthy. Going up against Anthony Molina, who's being hit very hard in just 8 2/3. He hasn't walked a batter, but he's allowed 3 home runs. And again, this is his first start of the year. Let's get into the weather to get us started here, Pete, in Colorado. We have 96 Fahrenheit. Feels like 86, though. 8.9 miles per hour left to right. After a couple hours, it's slightly in. Ballpark Pal has this, as you would guess, the most offensive ballpark in Major League Baseball today, plus 30% overall. It is plus 12% homers, plus 34% doubles and triples, and plus 14% singles. Nate Cerna says, fade this AAA guy. What was the score yesterday? We got Old E in the house. Great to see you, Old E. So here we go, Pete. Let's take a look. At the cash, or the line and then the cash flow. We have Jose Barrios minus 224. He opened up minus 195. Well, I know that the Jays aren't the home squad, but this feels like a cash cow spot on the Toronto Blue Jays with Barrios pitching against this young Anthony Molina. When we get to the total, we have an 11.5 minus 107 to the over. This opened up at 11. It took an hour and 10 minutes to get to 11.5. The surprise was that it went back to 11 at 10 p.m. and then it got all the way up to 12. This was a 12 right when the show started, and it was a 12 at a pick'em, minus 106 each way. So we've seen a lot of movement here. And then when we get to the cash flow for this interleague spot, we have 88% of the tickets on the Jays, 72% of the cash, 53% of tickets on the over, and 76% cash on the over. Take it away, Peter. Anything interesting you here?
Well, this is a tough one. I was all over Toronto yesterday to have a big offensive day. Had a lot of winners on that one. And I feel exactly the same way here. It's just, after putting up 15 runs, it's not always, something you want to bet into to happen again. But I did take Barrios under 4.5 strikeouts for a little bit. And maybe Guerrero and Kirk didn't have big days yesterday, so maybe I'd bet on their batter props here. But if I didn't know about yesterday's result, I'd be all over Toronto to have a big offensive day.
And so does that lead you to AM on the under 11.5? Does that lead you into making a move here?
I don't know. I'll look around. I'll probably maybe I'll throw a batter prop. Maybe I'll put Guerrero up there. And Barrios. What's your take on Barrios, Jose? Jimmy the Bag? I always ask you that. What do you think's gonna happen to Barrios here?
I think he's a very trustworthy pitcher. I think the bigger question would be, has he pitched at Coors Field, and how did he fare? Why don't we just take a look at Jose Barrios, if we can see any splits. We'll take a quick look at other years. I'm sure this is not one of them. So let's take a look at, did he pitch there in 2024? He's been in the American League his entire career. So I don't see if we're going to get anything. No Coors in 2024. In 2023, do we have any? DC Capper is on the over 11.5 here. And for, nothing in 2023. I mean, we have so little. I don't care what if he pitched there during the pandemic or 5-6 years ago. I don't care
You
what.
also have to know what month and the weather and all that. Yeah.
Okay. And Treek says, I know not this year, but Treek B is on the Rockies team total over here. I mean, are you surprised? I mean, they are a road team. They're a game under 500 on the road. I mean, they shouldn't be that big of a favorite here. I think the line is telling. I mean, I expect Anthony Molina to get touched up enough. The Jays are just playing more than the sum of their parts. I don't know exactly why the Blue Jays wouldn't just take care of business.
What's the ballpark pal breakdown for this one, Jim? If you don't mind my asking.
Yeah, no, not at all. 30% overall runs plus. So it's plus 12% homers, plus 34% doubles and triples, and plus 14% singles.
All right.
I'll
take Guerrero 2 total bases at minus 150, or might be able to get better.
Okay. I'm gonna need are we just leaving money on the table, not backing the Jays in this spot?
I mean, I think that I statistically, not not counting what happened, the impact of what happened yesterday on today's game, it would be pretty not a carbon copy. I like this. I like a Jays offensive explosion a bit less than I liked it yesterday, but still like it a decent.
So we would get like a you'd have to take the Jays on the -2 line, which has not helped me ever.
Or just take a bunch of 2.5 hits, runs, and RBIs props at plus money. You win 60% of them, something like that. It's just each individual bet you want to look into on its own merits. But
let's roll on. My ROI on -2s is bad. That's why I haven't bet one all year. Let's roll on to 9:38 p.m. Eastern. Tampa Bay Rays at LA Angels. Now, we saw earlier our guys Spooner moving on the LA Angels. Let's break this one down. Just a few more games, I guess 3 after this before we get into the 5-game WNBA card. Peter, 16-5 since the All-Star break, 12-1 my last 13 WNBA bets to get 46-46, which means I'm still down 5.2 units, but I'm fighting the good fight here, and I'm been enjoying it very much. Tampa Bay Rays, LA Angels. We're at Angels Stadium. The Rays are 23-28 on the road, while the Angels are 29-28 at home. Grant Clarkson says Angels all day. Nate Serna, Angels first to score prop, and DC Capper on the under 8 here. We have Pepio going up against Jose Soriano. Let's get into, and Billy Friedrich says, I love the Rays here tonight. Let's start with the weather at Angel Stadium. 80 Fahrenheit. Feels like 80 Fahrenheit. 7.2 miles per hour out to center. Dies down at 4.5 miles per hour. Let's get into Ballpark Pals expectation here. Ricky Levine in the house, also on the Angels. Angel Stadium plus 5% overall, according to Ballpark Pal Peter. Plus 19% homers, -3% doubles and triples, and -2% singles. AM is on the over 8 at -110 here. Let's take a look at the line history for this matchup. We have an 8, a flat 8. This opened up at 8, -116 to the over. It took about 2 hours and 54 minutes. It took exactly 2 hours and 54 minutes for this to move to an 8.5, and then an hour and 59 minutes for it to move back to 8. Then 2 hours and 1 minute for it to move back to 8.5. And it kept bouncing. And then at 2:51 a.m., it hit 8 and it stayed there. Overall, we've had just 3 cents of movement towards the under, basically just VIG tightening. Let's get into this here. Wine Time Sports also on the Angels minus 120, backing his hometown Angels here. We have the Angels and Soriano at minus 180, or sorry, minus 118. They opened up minus 121. So basically no movement. Let's take a look at cash flow here. From a cash flow perspective, 53% of the tickets are on the Rays, but 61% of cash is on the Angels. 60% of tickets on the over, 72% of cash on the under. The Eldorado custodian play of the day is Devil Rays full game. Full game Devil Rays for Jason Meyer. Wine Time saying that the Angels' top 3 bullpen guys are fresh. Grant saying Tampa can't score. Pepio, the market told us that Pepio was going to get touched in his last start, and he did exactly that. 4 innings, 7 earned runs. It was wild. Wild to watch. He's been good this year. I came in very high on Pepio. It cost me money early in the year, and then I just kind of stayed away from his starts. I don't trust him. Righties hit him quite a bit harder than lefties. We know that this lineup is all righties. Sean Noel is a nice left-handed bat, but hard to find any others here. So Soriano, 7-8, 3.65 ERA, 1.38 WHIP. His last start, 7 innings, 5 hits, 2 runs, 1 earned, 7 Ks, 2 walks, 6-3 loss at home versus the Rangers. He pitched very well in that start. At home, he's had 12 starts. He's allowed 35 earned runs. He can't be tried. I don't know what to do with these 2 pitchers. They've thrown me for a loop this year. I'm fans of both of them. I lost money on them earlier in the year, and then I kind of just stayed away from them. Rays versus righties, 252, 692 OPS. Angels versus righties, 248, 726 OPS. Angels bullpen, 4.31 ERA. Pitching a little better the last 30 days. And the Rays bullpen, 3.61 ERA. Peter Loshak. Rays, Angels, any interest?
I'm not sure, but I might. I just saw something that reminded me. I might add on the Warming Bernabel hits, runs, RBIs prop, or something like that. This one, this one. My numbers indicate Pepio to get to give up like 3 or more earned runs to get touched a little bit. Leaning Angels again, although the line was a little bit low, surprisingly low. What's the market telling you, Jim, that the Angels win again, or what? Or that it's a sucker play?
This market is telling me that they have no idea what the hell is going to happen.
Yeah.
Because we have no movement on the side. When we get to the total here, we have 2 pitchers who are Jekyll and Hyde type pitchers. This total, we saw it bounce up and down, 8 to 8.5, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Then when we get to the cash flow, we have the 57% of the tickets on the Rays, but 57% of cash on the Angels. You have tickets on the over, but cash on the under. Not only do I think the market doesn't know what's going to happen in this game, I don't think the gamblers do either.
Yeah, I would lean like in the Angels here, and also Pepio. He kind of suppresses hits but gives up home runs. Maybe an Angels home run prop might be something I would look at. Troy Torrance still stuck on Yankees, Texas. Yeah, I'm interested to see how that game goes. Maybe the Yankees get shut out for 6 innings and then put up 5 runs in the 7th and 8th and 9th.
Yeah, this is this does not appeal to me. If you might, okay, let me say something. Actually, I think that it's more likely if you're like, which one of these 2 pitchers do you think is more likely to pitch at an elite level here today? I would say it's Soriano.
Yeah,
at home, consecutive home starts. Now I wonder if it's a tipping pitches situation that was affecting him. Because he would just get lit up and smoked like they knew what was coming. We know his stuff is very, very good.
I will say, as I've said this from like when I started doing shows with you, he's also an extreme ground ball pitcher, and sinker ballers in general tend to have high volatility, and it's not because they're tipping their pitches. It's just the nature of sinker ballers.
Oh, that's fair.
Yeah.
If we look at his last 4 starts, Soriano's pitching at a very high level. We also have his 3rd consecutive home start, so he's completely in rhythm. Why wouldn't we be backing the Angels here?
I am going to back them. I'm going to take a -1.
The Angels on the money -1. It's a Lincecum jersey, Wally, my man. But it is great to see you. So Angels -1 for Pete. Okay, let's take another look here at this again. So before I decide to join Wine Time here on his Los Angeles Angels, I wonder if I should still. Now, he said all the bullpen arms are fresh. You have an Angels team that's still trying, which is just mind-boggling that they didn't just sell every piece that they had at the deadline. The line opening up -121, -118. I don't know if it's worth my money. I really don't. I don't know if it's worth my money, Peter. I don't think there's a huge card here. There's spots where I think that the market is telling us there's concern. I think it's very likely, though, Soriano on his third straight start pitch as well. So, Peter, are you moving on the Angels -1?
Yes.
What did you get on it?
I'll shop around and I'll let you know.
Okay, Loshak moving on the Angels -1. And then I have some interest in the Angels because I think that Soriano can pitch well with his third consecutive start. So that's the that situation. I'm gonna need more time, but I have interest in the Angels. Let's just leave it at that. Peter, let's roll on. Next up for us, 9:40 p.m. Eastern, the Chicago White Sox 42-70, 18-38 on the road at the Seattle Mariners 16-53, 31-25 at home. We are at T-Mobile Park in Seattle, Washington. Let's take a quick look at the weather here in Seattle. 72 Fahrenheit, 7.2 miles per hour out to center, dies down to 6.3 miles per hour. Warmer than usual in Seattle. Let's see what Ballpark Pal has for T-Mobile. So it's not as run suppressing as we're used to. -7% overall, even homers, -12% doubles and triples, and -5% singles. Let's get into the line history here for Wu versus Davis Martin. We have the Mariners at -232. And that's exactly where they opened, so there's been no movement here. From a total side of things, we have a 7.5. It's -107 to the over. It opened up +103 to the over. So we've had 10 cents of movement towards the over. A bigger move away from the under. The under 7.5 was -118. It's now just -105. Take a look at the cash flow for this spot here. 88% of tickets, 92% of cash on the Mariners. 80% of tickets on the under, but just 53% of cash. So there's some big bets on the over, and AM also on the over 7.5 here. I'm a fan of Davis Martin. Coming off a nice 6-2 win at home versus the Phillies. It's been successful backing him this year. He's been fine on the road. 8 games he's pitched in. He started 7 of them. He's allowed 23 earned runs in 44 innings. So, look, he's much better at home, and he should be backed at home. Lefties hitting 236, 733 against them. Righties 271, 755. Justin McKelvey has the Mariners on the run line in his pocket. Brian Wu coming off a 5-4 loss at the Athletics. The fly balls that don't turn into home runs in Seattle turned into home runs against them in Sacramento. He has had 8 starts at home, Peter. He's only allowed 13 earned runs. The White Sox are hitting righties much harder than the Mariners. White Sox versus righties 264, 763 the last 30 days. We're waiting for the Mariners offense to show, with Suarez and Naylor now involved in it, to really step up. 224, 706 OPS last 30 days. Hasn't been great. White Sox bullpen 3.39 ERA last 30 days. Mariners 3.64. Here we go, Peter. I've had success with pitchers like Davis Martin and Mike Burrows in run-suppressing ballparks to get me 9 outs. The first 3+1/2 has been very successful. Now, Davis Martin's on the road. I'm going to go over his road starts to get a better idea if it's maybe bad spots that he's been hit hard in. But I'm all ears. What are your thoughts on this one?
Yeah, I thought the line was just too high. Definitely leaning White Sox. I understood the line. Wanted to hear what people had to say and what other information came in, but definitely leaning White Sox here at the line.
These were tough for road starts for him. Last few road starts at the Rays in that AAA ballpark, he allowed 3 earned runs over 5 innings. Didn't allow a homer. At Houston, Houston hitting more than we would expect. But that was before he came back from the IL. He's come back from the IL, 5 earned runs over 10 2/3. I am unsure if I should back the plus a half, first 3 plus a half. If he was at home, I'd be all over it, Pete. But of course, we'd be fading Wu on the road, or not. Of course, let's just take a look. So maybe do you think Wu has been dealing with these forearm issues his entire career?
Yeah.
And do we think that he could be dealing with a little arm fatigue this late in the year?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, those are my notes here. Under 6.5 strikeouts, question mark. His earned runs just 1.5 minus 110. I mean, I guess it's telling us the market, at least for now, is telling us that he's going to have a nice start. But yeah.
I mean, he last 2 starts were on the road. Angels and Athletics, 12 1/3. He allowed 7 earned runs. Allowed the 4 jacks against the Athletics. He got touched. He's been touched in all his starts since. Well, I mean, he looked okay against the Angels, but he's had 3 starts since the All-Star break. He's gone at least 6 innings in all of them, so that's pretty good. 18 1/3, and he's allowed 11 earned runs. He's had that 1 start on July 20th. His other starts have been road starts. The last home start before that was July 4th, and he completely shut down the Pirates. And then before that, it was the Red Sox on June 17th. So I think it's just those road starts that have been affecting my. Coin can't get past Martin's road numbers. I think that's all fair. I guess when it comes down to it, there's nothing that appeals to me in this White Sox Mariners game. But I was trying hard to find a way to back the White Sox or to back Martin. I've been cashing with the White Sox a lot, and it's been, Peter, in the plus 120 to plus 135 range.
Yeah,
it really hasn't been. It's been when the market has told us that they are capable of stepping up here. This doesn't really feel like that situation. So and Wu hasn't been pitching very much at home. And we remember 13 earned runs and just 8 home starts. And Billy Friedrich says back the White Sox the next 2 days, not today. Okay, let's roll on, Pete. Anything you want to add to this White Sox Mariners spot?
No, but I am looking at this Colorado game. I think Barrio struggles a bit. I'm going to add 3 Colorado hits, runs, and RBIs props. I'll go over them at the end of the show.
All right. Well, I look forward to hearing the additions, and that does help here. It's funny, the first half of the card, there were so many spots to attack. Ricky Levine also saying Nationals are 12-1 to the over after a day game. Let's roll on here to Padres, Diamondbacks. We're in Chase Field in Phoenix, Arizona. My guy Ryan Nelson on the hill, pitching at an elite level for these Diamondbacks. 6-3, 3.20 ERA, 1.02 WHIP. He's looked very strong. His last start, 4 runs he allowed, but only 1 was earned. He has he's a pitcher I trust. He's pitched in 12 games at home. He started 6 of them. He's allowed just 12 earned runs over 51 2/3. He's allowed just 38 hits. Opponents hitting just 199 against him. Peter, Ryan Nelson's allowed 10 home runs this year. Only 2 of them have come at Chase Field in Phoenix, Arizona. His splits are elite. I think he's a really good pitcher. Padres versus righties, 257, 718 OPS. AM on the over 9 in this one. Diamondbacks versus righties, 234, 720. We know the Padres bullpen's very good. I did cash on the Diamondbacks first 5 yesterday. 3.39 ERA from this Diamondbacks bullpen. They've been pitching better. Now let's talk about Yu Darvish. The market told us that Yu Darvish was going to shove in that last start. They went from dog to favorite. It was like a 35-cent move. I got in late. It doesn't, yes, I could have made more money if I hadn't gotten in so late, but I wasn't planning on backing Yu Darvish. I needed the market to tell me to do it. And so I did it. He didn't allow an earned run over 7 innings. He looked excellent. 7 strikeouts, didn't walk a batter. It was 5-0 win at home for some Mets. But now he heads back onto the road, Peter. He's had 2 road starts. He's only made it through 8 1/3 on these 2 road starts. He's allowed 11 earned runs. Opponents hitting 351 against him. Lefties and righties splits are even. I mean, righties are hitting him harder, but the sample size is so small. I don't want to get too deep into it. Let's take a look at the line history, Pete, and I will be all ears. We have this total at 9, minus 115 to the under. This opened up plus 101 to the under. So we've had 16 cents of movement towards the under. I'm surprised it's so high. I really took me back that it would be as high as it is. When we get to the money line here for this spot, we have Arizona at plus 116. They opened up at plus 118. So there's been really no movement. Maybe the cash flow will help us here to decipher what to bet. We have 53% of the tickets on the Padres, 60% of cash on Arizona, 89% tickets on the under, 91% cash on the under. I don't know why it was listed at such a high number to begin with, but DC Capper not scared on the under 9. And Coin running it back. Arizona first 5 money line. Nelson 5-1 first 5 at Chase. The question mark is you, Darvish. Take it away, Peter.
Yeah, I took Arizona here again. Might have been a mistake. What did I take? Let me see. I got like 118, and where is it now? It is we're right where it was. Obviously, you Darvish is the question mark.
Yes.
It was mechanics that helped him out in his last start. Even if he's awesome here again, Nelson, way better at home, could match him and bail you out. So yeah, I like Arizona first 5 in full game. Might be, but that's what I'm liking.
Troy Torrance says, I looked at the Rangers. He's on the Yankees, by the way, now. And he says, I looked at the under in this home mark, or I looked at the Rangers at home in this market, 9-2 to the under. 9-2 to the under. I'll copy and paste that. Why is this total a 9?
This one?
Yeah, it is. It just makes no sense to me.
Yeah, Nelson, does get hit on the road a bit.
But he's
Darvish
at home.
Had one. What?
But he's at home here.
Right. Darvish, one nice start. Nice. Maybe people not necessarily believe. I'm not totally believing in that. The money line makes me more makes me want to scratch my head a little bit more than the total.
Bullpens are pitching very well. It should be an 8.5, heavily juiced to the under. The 9 makes no sense to me at all. 9 tells me that there's going to be offense, and it tells me there's vulnerabilities, and I can't decipher through the money line. The money line's not moving. The ticket count's pretty simple. I don't. It sucks. I guess I'm going to stay off of this one. This makes no sense to me. So I'm off of this. Peter, anything you want to make official before we get into our final game, before Justin McKelvey joins us for WNBA action?
No.
Let's roll on. 10:10 p.m. Eastern. We have the St. Louis Cardinals 56-57, 24-33 on the road at the LA Dodgers 65-47, 35-21 at home. We're at Dodger Stadium in Los Angeles, California. Let's get into the weather here. Chavez Ravine, 74 Fahrenheit, 6.3 miles per hour to right field. Dies down to 4.5 miles per hour. It is blowing out. Ballpark Pal has Dodger Stadium plus 1%, plus 13% homers, minus 5% doubles and triples, and minus 3% singles. Ken Mizrahi says Arizona is one of the highest scoring ballparks in Major League Baseball. Yeah, I get it. I get it, Ken. I still think with these pitchers on the mound, and I've cashed lots of unders here, I just think that the 9, it shouldn't be a 9. No, I shouldn't say that. It wouldn't be a 9 if this game was going to go under. I guess that's what I'd say. But I hear you, Ken. I know that they've, brought in the humidor to try and fix things here. All right. Spooner says Max Muncy looks healthy. Big addition for the Dodgers. DC Capper on the Dodgers. Justin McKelvey, Freddie Freeman over 1.5 bases at plus 102. And Billy Friedrich says, except Arizona home games are only 26, 25, and 4 to the over this season. Ryan Nelson is the whole thing. This doesn't make sense to me. Let's move over to this Michaelis Emmett Sheehan spot. Michaelis coming off a nice start, 2-0 loss at home versus the Marlins. He went up against Port Dope's Cal Quantrill, and Quantrill outpitched him. Michael has been pitching much better. He's still difficult to trust if you lose his season-long statistics. He doesn't get strikeouts when you need him to. He allows way too many home runs, 18 home runs. 12 of them have come on the road, only 6 at Busch Stadium. On the road, he's allowed 36 home runs over 11 starts. Lefties 263, 776. Righties 275, 772. Emmett Sheehan 2-2, 3.60 ERA, 1.24 WHIP. July 30th wasn't a start for him. He had an opener, but he went 3 2/3, allowed a hit, 3 runs, none of which were earned. 5 Ks to Rocks, 5-2 loss at the Reds. At home this year, he's had 3 starts, 15 hits, and 12 innings. He's allowed 7 earned runs in those 12 innings, struck out 13, walked 2, and allowed 1 home run, but the opponent's hitting 319 against him. His splits are fine. The Cards aren't hitting righties, 227, 657 OPS. It's amazing, Peter, that in the last 30 days, these are the 2 worst baseball teams against right-handed pitching. Hard to imagine. And both bullpens are pitching well. Take a look at the line history here. The Dodgers are minus 180. They opened up at minus 175. This was interesting. It opened up minus 175 at 10:45 p.m. It's got up to minus 189. Then it came all the way back. This was a minus 174 at 8 in the morning. From a total standpoint here, we have a 9.5, minus 118 to the under. This opened up at 9 as a pick'em. It just got, hammered to the over before it got into a 9.5, which is, I would these. I know these pitchers are very vulnerable, but these offenses just aren't hitting. 65% of tickets, 70% of cash on the under. 72% of tickets on the Dodgers, 60% of the cash. Take it away. What are your thoughts on these 2 possible gas can starters?
Yeah, I like the Dodgers here. Don't really trust Michaelis here statistically. High volatility with him, so I definitely take the Dodgers -1. What are the people saying? What? I mean, are they saying be careful about the Dodgers? What's Troy Torrance saying? I'm guessing Troy Torrance likes the Dodgers here.
We know that AM is on the under, and we have cappers backing the Dodgers. What we have not seen is the Cards right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, Wally, we are talking about it. I really wanted to hit that Saratoga card last week. We have our big trip, August 23rd to Woodbine, but we're talking about it here, and I'd love to do it, Wally. We are a lot of prep here for football season and stuff like that, but I miss it very, very much. Troy says the book I use hasn't moved this line at all. A little bit of juice to the over. Timmy Two Shoes looking at Ohtani homer. I mean, would it shock you here if we had a nice performance from Michaelis? Because it wouldn't shock me.
Would it shock me? No, but I would be a little bit surprised. Yeah.
So you think that Sheehan is the more likely pitcher to have a strong start? Cardinals have never seen him.
I'm sorry?
The Cardinals have never seen him. Betts has 2 home runs, batting 400 with 1.50 OPS against Michaelis. Freeman has 3 home runs and 18 at-bats, 444, 1.474 OPS. Teo has a homer against him. Ruiz has a homer against him. Ohtani has had 8 at-bats. He's 4 for 8. But no big hits. What do you think, Peter?
Yeah, I mean, just running my basic numbers, liking the Dodgers. Sheehan under 2.5 earned runs, even at a big favorite line. And yeah, liking the Dodgers. I guess I'll probably wind up taking it. I'm not sure if I want to make that official, though.
Wow, this back half of the card really was much, much more difficult than I expected. Viper is on the Dodgers -1. AM says if this opened at 9.5, he'd be on the over. It says opening at 9, we see a repeat of yesterday, in his opinion.
All
right.
Are the Dodgers overvalued right now?
That was a low-scoring affair. Well, they're not hitting. Justin McKelvey says Dodgers team total over 5.5 going to take his card. I mean, when have the Dodgers been 30th against right-handed bats over a 30-day period? Would you got to go back to? I don't know how far we'd have to go back for that.
Is that fundamental?
The lineup is just much weaker than it's been. You have Otani, Betts, Freeman, Smith, but the Conforto, Pajas, Freeland, 7, 8, 9's not been succeeding. Let's do a review of all action here in MLB before we get into WNBA, and I look to keep rolling. 12-1 my last 13. So let's review. Stacks play of the day, number 1, Jackson Holiday over 1.5 bases at plus 110. Pig Milk play of the day, Athletics first 5, money line plus 112. Viper NB is on the Mets -1 and Boston run line. Biggest discrepancies of the day. Reds Cubs under 8 -105. He says it's projected at 9. This is from AM. Athletics Nationals under 8.5 projected at 10. Cardinals Dodgers under 9 projected at 10. So AM expecting an under in this Cards Dodgers spot. Flank stake play of the day is the Diamondbacks money line, 9 legacy going right back to it. TJ has the A's at plus 127, Houston -105, Cleveland, New York Mets under 8.5, and Toronto, Colorado over 11. Spooner on the Astros money line, Athletics money line, and Angels money line. Triple A's for Spooner. So I like the Marlins in the first 3 under. I see now I need Okert to start to get the first 3 under, but I see this line so much different than. And when I was breaking it down here, I didn't realize, I guess I was just moving too quickly. I didn't realize that both TJ and Spooner were on the Astros. I probably would have sort of said things differently, but I do believe that this is a line that's opening up their arms to Astros cash. I know the Marlins have been hot, but Cal Quantrill's been a fade to a lot of people not named me. Then I'm either going to be on the Twins first 3 or first 5 plus a half. I've got to decide which one. I'm not doubling up on it. The Giants-Pirates game I wanted to be involved in, but we heard cappers on either side of the fence. We heard cappers backing Pittsburgh, like Coin or like Wine Time or Jose. And then we heard both Troy and Nutflush Allen on the Giants, which was tough. Here. We have Turnbuckle Tommy on the Guardians first 5 plus 145 and the Royals team total over 3.5 at plus 120. I'm either going to be on the Orioles first 3 or first 5. I know you got the Taiwan Walker prop. I have some interest in the Nats. I want to study it longer. And then what the hell happens to my card? I have some interest in the first 3 under in Cincinnati, Chicago. I want to study this Yankees spot that Razor Sharp picks is on a little bit more. I'm not going to be doing anything with the Jays. But I can understand people backing them with the way they're playing. And then the Angels, Peter moving on the Angels -1. I want to study the Angels a little more, but this is my action really started dying as we got deeper into the card. Troy's on the Yankees money line. Ronnie Lofton is going to Corbin Carroll over 2.5 hits, runs, and RBIs at plus 125. And I'm a little surprised that my action kind of dies off. Peter, please review your action, my friend.
The San Diego bullpen's still pretty good, right? You have any reason to believe that they're not?
They're overall year long. They're the best bullpen in baseball. I don't know if they are actually the best bullpen in baseball. Over the last 30 days, they have the best numbers in baseball.
Yeah, right. Exactly. Okay. All right. Hold on. Let me just. All right. So you want me to go over everything, right?
Yes, please.
All right. Okay. So, and I'm adding on Arizona first 5. All right. So. We'll see. Hopefully this will be an okay card. Matthews over 4.5 strikeouts, -156. And Taiwan Walker under 4.5 strikeouts, -165. Then I'm taking Holmes under 4.5 strikeouts, -168. He can get strikeouts, but he's been effective with his grounder. Maybe I should probably take the 3.5 at plus money, but I'll just go with the 4.5. Bergert over 3.5 strikeouts, -135. And Crochet over 18.5 outs, +147. Then the Colorado game, I don't know. So far, this is all I got. I'm going to take Guerrero 1.5 total bases, -146. And then I'm going to take 3 Colorado hits, runs, and RBIs props. That guy, Bernabel, 1.5, -105. Beck, over 1.5, -130. And Moniak, over 1.5, -140. I'll take the Angels, -1 at +125. And Arizona, first 5 money line, +100.
I like it. I've got lots to think about here. it's wild. As with TJ, both TJ and Spooner on the Astros, as they were, capping the card together last night, everybody was on the Marlins. And Port Dope's Cal Quantrill, I am quite surprised at that. And I obviously need to sit with it longer because I just see that differently. But that's part of the fun. I would have expected, and we have no cash flow information yet, so we got to wait here. But I am surprised to hear that. I would have thought that this line would be set to attract Astros bettors, but I clearly, considering what was figured out by TJ and Spooner last night, I'm wrong on that, which is interesting. I gotta. This is a fun card. I know that a lot of people would prefer someone just coming on and saying, "Look, this is what I'm betting, and this is what I'm on," and bang, 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 and here we cap the card together. And I know that doesn't appeal to everybody, but I sure find it helpful for myself. I've got a lot of work to do after this show. Peter, are you ready to break down the WNBA, my friend?
Yeah, sure.
Well, let's do exactly that. Let's bring on our WNBA expert. I'm excited to cap the card with him. And as a group, we have not been succeeding. Now, of late, I have been, but I was a garbage fire before kind of climbing up of it a little bit. Still 46 and 46, unless you got a plus money average line, you're losing money. But it's certainly a lot better than it was. Our next guest has been succeeding in WNBA. Now he's 11 and 11 here with us, but an average line now in plus money. The Sparks money line, I really respect the way he attacks money lines on some of these dogs. I can't wait to cap the card with him. Peter, I believe this will be your first opportunity to cap the card with our next guest.
And you told me that you really are impressed with his on-screen persona, which is very laid back. I want to see how laid back he really is.
Well, you'll get that opportunity right now. Without further ado, please welcome our friend, Mr. Justin Mcelvy, to the show.
Stacks.
And Jose is going to try to jump on with us at the end of WNBA. For those of you asking about him, Pirates and Twins are his action. Justin, welcome to the show, my friend. How are you?
I'm pretty good. How are you, Jimmy? Pistol, first time.
Yeah.
Love to see it.
What's going on?
I couldn't wait to get on here with y'all. I love the slate. I love the slate today. And then last time I was on here, I kind of got beat up. A little money line saved me, but still wasn't the outcome I was looking for.
Well, let's attack. Because capping with you, I've been running very hot, Justin. I think that you've been a real asset for me. So let's roll. Fellas, Pete, do you want to do the opening setup and then hand it off to me, or do you want me to set it up and hand it off to you?
I'll do the first few seconds of my thoughts, and then you can expand on that, and then we'll go to the expert. How about that?
Sounds great.
All right, so obviously Dallas, New York. Dallas, been bad straight up, but decent ATS. And the Liberty, have been terrible straight up and ATS, which coincides with the Stewart injury. Is she back?
No.
Okay. So I was looking at this. At the first line, I saw Dallas plus 10, and Dallas, of course, beat them a couple of games ago. I was like, oh my God, Dallas first half and full game. Of course, that line's not going to be there. This morning, it's up to 11. I think at first I saw 10, then down to 9.5. Now it's up to 11, so something's up there, but I don't know. Maybe someone's overthinking it or something. It seems like Dallas getting all these points, unless something radically has changed with these two teams that I don't know about. That's gotta be the play.
Dallas made a trade here that's going to hurt their backcourt. We'll let Justin kind of break down how much it's going to hurt their backcourt not having Carrington on it. But it's a loss to the backcourt. And then we have a Liberty team that now has Meesman back. 11 points in her return to the WNBA, but no Stewie, and that hurts them badly. This is the first of a home and home. So you don't have to necessarily bet this game to gain your edge for Friday. They play again Friday in Dallas. Let's go over this line history here and see the plan of attack. First off, this total is a 176.5. Opened up at 173.5. A 3-point move down to 176.5. On the money line here, we have on this thing in baseball. On the spread here, we have the aforementioned 11. Some books have moved it to 11.5. Not a real 11.5. Some books actually have it at a legit 10.5. This has been all over the place, Pete. This opened up at 9.5 and it dropped to 9 and then to 8.5. This was an 8.5 very early this morning where it looked like, Dallas was the look. And then this moves to 11. But this, I'm bouncing all over the place. 11.5, 10, down back to 11, up to 10.5, all over the place. Now we have just an 11. Looking at the cash flow here, you have 62% of the tickets and 91% of the cash on the Liberty, 62% of tickets on the under, and 53% of cash on the over. Wings coming off their second straight loss, 88-78 at home to the Fever on Friday. Close out a 1-3 homestand. Becker's rolled. We've watched Justin hit these Becker's props consistently here on our show. She went for 22 points, 12th 20-point game here. Increased her WNBA record for double-figure games, started career at 23. But she was the only wing in double figures. Nobody else did anything. Ogunbowale had 8 points, not playing the fourth. Liberty snapped their 4-game losing streak with an 87-78 road victory over the Connecticut Sun on Sunday. Ionescu went for 36. I mean, she dominated. John Kyle Jones went for 21-9. And no Stewie. Justin Mcelvy, I'm all ears. I know that it's kind of a tricky thing because if we like to back a team back from a horrific road trip, but they did stop the bleeding and feel better about themselves. So it's a little bit different than your regular horrific road trip that Liberty just went on. Take it away, Justin. We're all ears.
Yeah, and that's what actually pushed me off of the Liberty spread. But where I got to my stacks play today, number 2, and when I posted this, I got it over Liberty team total over 92.5. I got that at minus 118. One thing I didn't hear you mention is this is a revenge spot for the Liberty. Dallas just beat them not long ago, and this is a home and home. So I feel like after the rough road trip, we don't usually like to back teams off the road trip. Coming first game back at home. But I think this is an exception. All I'm asking them to do is get points. I don't see no way they don't get at least 95 to 100 tonight. And we know Dallas Wings defense. They don't play no defense, especially on the road. So all I'm asking them to do is get to 93. But I seen the line move to 94 before I came on here. But I endorsed 94 too. So when I posted it, I'll take 92, but whatever best number you could get
if
for
you
the show
posted it, did you put it out on X?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you're good. We'll take that.
Yeah,
That's totally legit.
I posted like 7 o'clock this morning.
All right, beautiful. 92.5. What was the VIG?
Minus 118.
Team total over 92.5 and minus 118 here for Justin Mcelvy. AM under 175.5 minus 110, projected 171.3 here. What is our expectation of this Dallas Wings backcourt after the trade?
Justin? I mean, personally, it's the same thing we always feel like. We feel like I've seen a lot of people think Dallas is going to score. I think there's going to be regression, at least for the first couple of games. You can't expect them to keep balling the way they have been balling. So if I was looking at anything, I would look at regression, negative regression, like Wings team total under at least the first game. Like there's not going to be no chemistry there. You're playing a team with revenge who's going to lock down on defense anyway. So I could definitely see the under, the Wings team total under. And I wouldn't surprise Liberty put up a buck today.
So what, we get to talk about this in the Lynx game because Nafisa Collier's out, but what we've noticed is when you take key players off of these lineups, they fall apart. I imagine that's the move towards Liberty is Dallas 3-11 on the road. The Liberty are angry despite getting a win. I mean, they didn't cover any of those games. I think they pushed the Lynx game, or depending on what line you got.
Yeah, I don't think they covered.
So
Oh no, the Lynx. Oh yeah, no, I got hooked on that game.
Yeah,
I got hooked. That's right. But this is also revenge, though, so you got to add that into it. Like, so on top of them being mad, they just lost to this Wings team. So my whole thought is this is like a team that's already broken up, facing revenge. I just think it's a wonderful spot for the Liberty. And I don't want to get into the spread. I'm just asking them to score, which there's no way they don't.
I'm starting to get to the Liberty. I don't like that I lost the opportunity for double digits to be a victory, but I'm starting.
What's the best number you getting now?
11. I mean, I could pay for a 10.5, which it doesn't make sense if you're asking for this many points.
This might get ugly. Like this might be like one of them 98 to 71 type games.
Because they don't have the backcourt that's ready yet.
And they're not going to want to. They're not going to want to play Beckers too much. I mean, but she still's got knee issues. You don't need to fight too hard here.
And then the blowout. That's why I wasn't on page, because the blowout they're going to pull her anyway.
Yeah. But Creekman is on the Wings money line. I'm starting to get here to the Liberty.
Wings money line.
He's going for a big score, man. I mean, you're taking Carrington, is putting up 10.4 points per game, 5.1 boards, 1.8 assists, 1.1 steals. There were certain. Say what, my man?
My fault. I said she plays defense, and you're taking that off that team.
Yeah, it is. I didn't think that this is where I was going to end up, because Liberty are coming back, but they're coming back angry. It doesn't matter that they beat Connecticut Sun. It wasn't easy. It's not a fun bet to make here. And I don't know if I get there, but it's certainly the only way that I'm looking. I expect the Wings to struggle a little bit. So you have who comes in now? What, Haley Jones, who's not being around? Isaiah James? Who comes in? They have nobody to come in. Hines Allen? I mean,
and then with the look ahead, what we got to think about is how many games do we give this new backcourt? Because if this being a home and home, do we give them one game and we back to Wings the next game if they get sparked this game and lose by 28 to 30? Or do we give it 2 games and then chasing the third game? That's what I'd be starting to look ahead. That's why I like capping 13 teams.
Yeah. I wonder if I wait. I wonder if the second game will be easier, but I wonder if the Liberty are a powder keg type situation. The only reason why they beat Connecticut Sun, who I'm high on, they've been printing cash for me last few weeks, the Sun, is because Ionescu went off. So I don't know. I'm going to need more time to sit with it. But this is Liberty or no bet for me.
Well, my team chose professional.
Angry Liberty squad here. Lucas Ryan going to have nightmares from Jose's Daisy Duke. Yes, Lucas, you're not alone. You are not alone. All right, let's roll on here. Next up for us, 8 p.m. Eastern, the Washington Mystics 13-15, 4-9 on the road. Chicago Sky 7-21, 4-10 at home. Peter, you want to lay some foundations, and then I'll jump in.
Yeah, I mean, Chicago, 8 straight up and ATS losses. That's pretty bad. They've got a ton of injuries. Reese, I'm assuming she's going to be out again. And if she's not, I'm assuming she is, right? Reese is out, right?
Yeah, let's get the latest update here. I'll grab it right now.
And then, Washington generally not good ATS, but they've been pretty good first half, and then they fall off in the second half. And last Tuesday, I didn't. That was my lean on Washington first half. I didn't give it. That would have been a winner for me. again, you guys follow WNBA way more closely than I do, but unless there's something that that I'm not aware of, gotta be leaning Washington first half.
I'm not. I don't think that against the Sky you want first half action because they're going to get worse as the game goes on. They have no depth at all. So now they have the return. So yes, Angel Reese is out, and of course, Vandersloot done until next year. But they are getting a tiny bit healthier here, which is important because when you ask Kia Nurse to do too much, she simply can't, But Ariel Atkins is back, which will be helpful. Camila Cardoso is playing pretty well. What did Ariel do in that last game? Sorry, let me just grab this. Oh shit, sorry. Well, let me set this up. So yes, Reese is officially out. What did Ariel do in that last game? Or is this the first game? Yeah, this is so Ariel Atkins is back for this.
Yeah, this is our first one.
Oh, they're not going to.
This is the wrong graphics, though.
Oh, sorry, Jose. So caught up in his Daisy Dukes. Oh, Jesus. Yes, we don't even. Oh, here we go. Here we go. There we go. All right. So Ariel Atkins is back. Mystics coming off their second straight loss in third and 4 games, 99-83 at Atlanta on Sunday. Kiki goes for 22. Citron and Austin score 16 each. Sutton 13. They've lost 2 straight. They've lost 5 of 7. Sky coming off their 8th straight loss, 83-67 at home to Phoenix on Sunday. Elizabeth Williams 13 and 15. This is just a team that struggles. You take Angel Reese out of the lineup, despite Cardoso, you're still getting out rebounded and outscored in the paint. And let's take a look at the line history and then hand it over to Justin. We have the Mystics at 7.5 right now. You can get a 7. This did open at 8, though. It opened at 8 last night, 7:14 p.m. This got to 8.5 at 5:30 in the morning. Bounced 7.5, 8. When did you know that Atkins was back, Justin? When was that common knowledge?
Yesterday when we did the 2-3 video, we seen that Reese was out and Atkins was going to be a game time decision, but I didn't officially find out. When I bet this, I got it at 5.5, banking on no Reese, but I didn't think nothing else that anybody else was going to come back. Then it went to 8.5. So I didn't officially hear it until probably about 20 minutes before the show, meaning during the baseball.
Okay. This total opened up at 159.5. We're down to 156. And when we take a look at the cash flow here for the spot, we have 50% of the tickets on Washington, 60% of the cash on them, 89% of tickets on the under, 92% cash on the under. Take it away here for us, Justin, Mystic Sky.
This game been all over the place. I don't have nothing official in this game. I got 2 more plays coming later. What I was looking at was I was looking at Kiki's points and rebounds, but last time I bet on her, she usually comes through, but she didn't. But with this Ariel Atkins coming back, like, my thing is we always fade the team that gets the player back. So she can't do it by herself without Angel. So like I said, I got 5.5 yesterday when it first came out. But now I'm looking at it like I don't know how I feel. I'm still confident, but it went up to 8.5 that I seen earlier, and then all of a sudden it just spiked. Yeah, about to say now it's at 6.5.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that's the aerial news, but my whole thing was, I did a show this morning and they were saying that she was out, and I was like, she's not out. She's questionable. So that was 9 a.m. Eastern my time. So I don't know when she got ruled in, but my thing, even if she is ruled in, we'll never want the team with the star player coming back. Now she might be the star, but she's next to it.
No, Mystics must be bet. What is Atkins really going to do coming this? She hasn't played since we're talking like 3.5 weeks.
That's what I'm saying. Like, she gonna mess up a chemistry of a team that already don't have no chemistry.
I think that she'll probably, when you've lost 8 straight, you need she'll probably be a boost. I don't think when your chemistry is horrific, having someone come back from injury, that's I look at it a little differently.
But that only lasts the first half.
Yeah, I agree. I think that there are no gifts, and I'm not talking like that, but I wonder. But that -6 is so appealing to me.
Yeah, so did they drop it too far? Like, I don't. Like I said, I got 5.5, and then when they dropped it down to 6.5, I figured that was the aerial news. But my whole thing is like I wanted to make the Mystics official, even at 7.5. But I just think that's a massive drop just for somebody who ain't played in almost a month.
That situation for the Mystics in their last game was perfect. Sorry, for the Sky was perfect. Remember, it was and they still couldn't cover. And you told me if I had $1,000 and I said I would have bet the Sky, and I thought I was right. Oh, that was the Golden State game, the 73-66.
Yeah,
Then
that was the
get smashed. Yeah, get smashed by Phoenix.
That was a bad spot for them. But my thing is, what they on, like 8 straight?
Yeah,
they lost 8 straight now, 8 or 9,
and haven't covered any of them.
I'm about to say, and 7 of the 8 was like, I want to say like 25-point losses. Like, this team's just bad.
Yeah.
Does Washington have some life to them? Are they going to disappoint?
They fighting for the playoffs with my dream. So,
yeah, they're the game when they put up 103 points. I was on them against the Sky in the same situation. It was at home. They crushed Sky. Now the thing is they played their best basketball of the year in that game. Their best basketball. I couldn't believe how well they were playing. Like, it was astonishing. They shot 50.7 from the field, 41.7 from 3. They were in control all game, but this was a Sky lineup that had Angel Reese in it, who got 13 boards. Now they have Atkins in and Van Lith in, and then Angel Reese out. I think this is another Mystics victory.
Yeah, I think so
wow. Too. We just got the news here right now. Wow, thank you, Jose. Wow, this is a huge development here for this basketball game. God, thank God that there's been no move here at this point. I can't even see I can't even find the thing that. The Washington Mystics have traded Brittany Sykes. This line's going to move pretty heavy here. Brittany Sykes, 15.4 points per game, 31 minutes a game, 4.4 assists. Brittany Sykes has been traded to the Storm for Alicia Clark and a draft pick.
Leading scorer, leading assists, second leading rebound. Oh, no, not second, but way up there.
Wow. Okay. Wow. Thank you, Jose. That's just massive stuff. So,
I would make something official now.
Yeah. What is it?
Nah, it's gonna be a prop because you take Sykes off. I'm gonna go ahead and get to my prop now. That's gonna kill my Mystics bet though. I'm pulling it up now because now I can get to my either Kiki or Centron. That's what I'm gonna do. Centron points.
That's why this went to 6 at 2:37 p.m. It went from 7.5 to 6.
I'm still getting Brittany Sykes props.
Yeah, well, they'll go away.
Yeah. I'm gonna take. Oh yeah, it moved up a half a point. I'll take Sonia Citron for the Mystics over 14.5 points at -125.
You are in business, Justin. I'm off this game.
Somebody's gonna have to score. That's gonna. I'm gonna bet that as soon as I get off here because that Mystics -5.5. That's probably shot.
That's wild. Metro booming in the house, like in Citron props. Let's roll on. Next up, Indiana Fever, Los Angeles Sparks. there have been two teams that have been printing me money on this 12-1 run, 16-5 run. First, Sparks. Second, Sun. These two teams have just been cashing. And I think this is a perfect time to back the Sparks and fade the Fever. Fever playing out of their mind. Fever playing so well. And I want to fade them. 5 straight wins, 78-74 victory at Seattle on Sunday. LF3 saying Spark spot here. Shout out to my guy Slice in the house. Natasha Howard scored 21. 7 straight game without Caitlin Clark. Aaliyah Boston goes for 16 and 12. Peter, do you want to set this one up and then I'll jump in?
Yeah, well, this one I was looking at, obviously Indiana rolling, right? Covering good margins. LA mostly rolling. And I thought that over 176 was the play. So, the Dallas one moved against me. This one's now up to 178.5. I guess I'd still be leaning that way.
This line has been madness. Opens up a -1.5. Yesterday at 7:15. At 8, it's a 2. Then back to 1.5. Then it's a 1. It's a 1. Now, this was a 1. When it at 7:24 a.m., this was a legit 1. Then the line starts moving heavily towards the Fever. They get up to -3. That was in an hour and a half. Oh, Jesus, Jose. God, don't look up. Don't look at the screen. So then it goes back to 1.5 and then up to 3 again. I mean, we're bouncing all over the place. Right now we're at 2.5. It's not even a full point move. Let's call it 3/4 of a point. This is a surprise to me. 53% of tickets and 84% of cash is on the Sparks. I wonder if this cash flow is enough to get me off the game. It might be. 77% of tickets, 69% cash on the over. Big bets coming in on the Sparks. We're all watching the Sparks play so well. I'm very surprised that this line is doing what it's doing. Whenever it would move over to LA, I would say expect it to. This total is a 178.5. Opened up at 175.5, a 3-point move to the over. That's what Peter was talking about. And then cash flow wise, we just did that. Take it away for us, Justin. I'm all ears.
Yeah, this is also Fever got revenge. They lost to them the last 2 times. I don't think that means nothing. I lean as far as the side. I have an actual bet, but I want to bet the Sparks. The line movement threw me off. I felt like I was on the right side all morning, but the Sparks at home, this is where you want them. They don't play no defense, though. Like, that's the only thing. And it seems like their defense is worse at home. But what I will take is whatever the best number. I got 176.5, but I ain't posted. But I like just to fly over. So whatever best on the total you can get, I'll take. I ain't gonna make the Sparks. I ain't gonna make the side official. I count on points, but I do like the Sparks though. I haven't gotten there yet.
Okay, good. We can't get you. There's one flat 178.
I'll take it.
All right, just on the over 178.
178, what, 110?
Yeah.
All right, I'll make that official as well, just because that was the way
Let's
I was
go.
thinking initially.
178.
So AM says an 8-6 road team versus a 3-9 out of 3-9 home team, and that home team's only catching 2. Seems like a Spark spot. Yeah, I get it, but I still don't like, with the bigger bets being placed on the Sparks, this move towards the Fever. But I agree with you guys here. Sparks coming off that wild 108-106 double overtime win at Seattle on Friday. I had the Sparks plus the points, but Justin had the Sparks money line plus 186 in that one. 6th win in 7 games, Rickea Jackson. We heard MMA Mills talking about Rickea Jackson. 27 points. Plum goes for 22 and 7. Hamby and Stevens both have 21, and Hamby also 13 boards, hit that game winner. And then Brink, still only 12 minutes, but that was because of 5 fouls. It looks like she's ready to play a little bit more. 7 points, 4 boards, 3 blocks, 2 steals. Second game back from ACL surgery. James A says Sparky up. I completely agree with you guys. And if we're just judging the records, then yes, the Sparks, this is a line that's telling us Sparks should take care of business. But there's big bets moving on the Sparks, and I don't understand if that is the case, why this line's moving towards the Fever. That's the only reason why I'm not on the Sparks right now or telling you that I'm going to be on them. I certainly want to be on the Sparks, and I will study them a little bit more. Peter, why don't you set us up for Connecticut Sun, Phoenix Mercury? This is the only bet I've already placed.
All right. Well, Connecticut, I know they suck, right? But they've been pretty good ATS, and Phoenix off a nice win, very up and down. I know that Sabali, one of their top players, was out in their last game, which they got a win, and they won that one and covered. So maybe they aren't as affected by her absence as other players are affected by top players going out. But I was looking at this. I got to think Connecticut first half. I know that there's off-court drama about the Sun being sold and moving to Boston. So I'm not sure how much that will affect the players playing here. But unless I hear someone talking me off of it, I'm probably going to add Connecticut first half plus the points as an official play.
Well, I moved on the Connecticut Sun, and I got 14.5. It then dropped to 13.5. I told my friend yesterday that this was going to close at 12.5. So waking up this morning and seeing a 15 upset me. This did open up at 13.5. Within 50 minutes, it was a 15.5. Then this got up to 16. This was a 14.5 here at 9:09 this morning, but at books that came out before this sharp book that I'm using for market analysis, it went from 14.5 to 13.5. But here, this was even a 14 again at 10:54. This is being bouncing. Oh, it is a 14.5 right now. Okay, that makes me feel a little better. Okay, so it is a 14.5 right now. Overall, we've had a 1 point move towards Phoenix. I feel like this is a good time to fade Phoenix. They're feeling good about themselves. They're coming back from a long road trip. They didn't play great on the road trip, but they closed it by beating up on the Sky. That's the only reason why I say they feel good about themselves. Connecticut Sun are just playing their best basketball of the year. I had them against the Liberty. I had them against Golden State. I've been trying to bet them quite often now that they're, as healthy as they've been in some time. And I'm already on them now at 14.5, and DC Capper on them plus 15, Billy Friedrich on the under 169, AM on the under 169. So I went over the spread numbers. Let's go over the total numbers and then touch on the cash flow and then hear what Justin McKelvey is doing for this spot here. We have a total right now down to 168.5. This opened up at 165.5. Quickly moved up to 169.5. That's a 4-point move. Now that did take 6 or 7 hours. Got down to 167.5 before coming back up to 168.5. And then when we take a look at the cash flow, 72% of tickets, 84% cash on Connecticut. This scares me very much. 50 and 51 on the over. Justin, take it away.
Yeah, I guess this is going to be a squad bet. As soon as I did the video and seen the spread on this, I got 14.5. I was mad that I jumped too soon. But my main spot was the Mercury on a 5-game road trip, first game back home. And now you're getting Satu back. Sun, I ain't gonna say they balling, but for the Sun, like expectations, they covering. Like you've been riding them, I've been riding them. So like I seen 14.5. I didn't care if Satu play. She got ruled in, she gonna play. But 5 games on the road ending it with the feel good story with the Chicago Sky, which shouldn't count, but I'm sure they count it. That's your last win. Now you back at the crib, get comfortable. 14.5, that's a lot of points. That's my fourth official play, Sun plus 14.5.
I'm right with you.
I ain't sprinkling that, no.
Right with you. Pete, are you making a move on this one?
Yeah, definitely first half plus 8.5 minus 105. Probably the full game is good too. Maybe I should double up. And people are saying they like the under, right?
Yes, they are.
All right. I'll add on Phoenix team total under then.
Kind of like that.
Interesting way of moving on it. What are you getting for that?
91.5 minus 104.
Wow. That's a really interesting one.
Yeah, I'm
That's
circling
the
that.
first
I
place
like
I
that.
look. Maybe I'll get even better if I shop around.
That's an interesting one. Mercury team total under 91.5 minus 104 for Peter. We're going to line shop, see if there's anything else available. Let's talk about our final spot on the board. We heard about the Lynx losing Collier. They're adding Carrington, and they're going up against the Storm team that also made a move. Alicia Clark and a draft pick gone, and Brittany Sykes coming in. The Storm need something. The Storm step up against the best teams and then play down to the level of their competition. We see it quite often. I wonder what this trade is going to do. This total opened up at 156.5. It got down to 155.5, came back up to 157.5, which is where we stand now. It's a 1-point move towards the over. And then on the point spread here, we have this sitting right now with the Storm -2, -104 without Nafisa Collier. So we have a 0.5-point move towards Minnesota. We have LF3 in the chat. LF3 saying tonight might be a Lynx smash spot. They play faster without Collier. Pete, do you want to touch on this before I add a couple things and hand over to Justin?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what I have nothing to say because I don't know what to make of the Collier being out on this team. I mean, obviously, presumably, it's a huge loss. Maybe that means that they'll play faster. I mean, Minnesota already scoring a ton of points, right, off a 50-point win. So they'll play faster, but their scoring won't be affected, or will it? I don't know. This is very confusing to me.
And then, we have a Storm team that won't have Alicia Clark. She's only started 7 games. I mean, she's playing 18 minutes a game. It's not I think maybe I'm surprised they didn't get more for Sykes, honestly. I guess the draft pick is what they wanted. The Lynx coming off the 111-58 victory at Las Vegas. I mean, this is exactly the spot, where I want to fade the Lynx. I would have preferred to fade the Lynx with Collier in, honestly. Should we be concerned about the Lynx stepping up without Nafisa Collier? And should that make us move or have more interest in an over? Anytime a team wins by 30 plus, now we're talking 50 plus, but anytime a team wins by 30 plus, we fade them the next day and our ROI is excellent. LF3 says Storm overvalued. Nika and Diggins carry the team. There's Mikey Money in the house. Sports Money in the house. Great to see you, Mikey. Take it away, Justin. Our final spot on the board, Lynx Storm.
Yeah. I went back and forth and then about what I wanted to make official. You pretty much said it for me. I'll take the Storm, and best number you could get, -2, -1.5, 2.5. If it was just Fee being out, like that would have slowed me up because I feel like they're losing probably one of the best players in the league, but I feel like with the Lynx, this team is deep. So it's the next woman up for them. So, but hanging them plus money, but would add Dejanay to that team, take Fisher Collier off that team with the desperate Seattle team. I don't think I would be on the over, but I would definitely, I'll make official. I'll make the Storm best number you could get. This is the perfect spot for us. You got the Lynx coming off of just scoring 111, 109 or something like that. Almost broke a 3-point record. Kayla McBride went crazy. That's not going to happen. Courtney Williams had a bad game. Expect her to step up, but they're not going to have that. And then right before that, they're on back-to-back, like high horses type shit. Like they just beat the Liberty. So my thing is you beat the Liberty, then you blow out the Aces. Here it comes. This is the regression spot right here. Add Dejanay, take off Fee. Yeah, give me the Storm.
Do you want -2, -104? Do you want -1.5, -114? Do you want money line -129?
-1.5.
All right, -1.5, -114 for Justin. You take out the defensive player of the year in Collier. Now, the problem is Storm can play very slow and hit a ton of bricks, but this total at 157.5 or 156.5, LF3 saying this is too low. Justin, what do you think of this total?
I kind of like the under, honestly. I think with the regression that we're expecting from the Lynx, they're still going to play defense even without Fee. It ain't just Fee wasn't just the whole defense, so they're still going to play D. Got to expect Seattle to play a little bit of defense. They're looking for a win. I want to say this is their last game before they hit the road, so got to expect the defense to turn up. So I could only be looking at the under.
Collier this year has missed 3 games. I'd love to know how they did in those 3 games without Nafisa Collier. Let me see if I can grab them here. I've got to figure that out. I mean, I agree with the Storm. It's just honestly, I wanted Nafisa Collier in. I wanted the same group that just won by 50 plus points.
Me too.
I'm a little nervous that they'll step up, in the wake of, but it just doesn't happen in WNBA. So I shouldn't. That's just my, of course, capping basketball. I just used to team. I always worry that a team will step up. But what do you think, Pete? Anything official here?
No, I kind of got to run though, Jim. Is that all right?
Yeah, absolutely. We're done our action. Reviewed action here. Let me just review your WNBA action. Sun plus 8.5 minus 105. Mercury. That's first half. Sun first.
Yeah,
half.
I'm actually not going to take the full game for Phoenix team total. I'm just going first half team total under 47.5 minus 105. I found that one.
Okay, sorry. First half team total under
47.5 minus 105.
Okay, and then you have
Indiana, LA. I did actually look around and found a 177.5, but I'll take the 178 with all you guys.
Okay. And then that's it from our friend Peter Loshak. Peter, thank you for rocking with us, my friend. I look forward to this every Tuesday. And we have NFL right around the corner. We'll be talking more about that as well. Thank you, my man. Any last words for the Cowboys supporting the show, Pete? Oh, he's gone already.
He's gone.
All right. Those are the last words that he's gifted us. Squat zilch.
Yep.
Squat zilch. Justin, let's review your action. Liberty team total over 92.5. I think I may move on the Liberty, which is a very surprising. I did not think I was going to do that, but I think that I will. Then Justin's on Citron over 49 points minus 125. He's on the over 178 in Fever Sparks alongside Peter Loshak. And why are you not on the Los Angeles Sparks?
I just don't want. It's hard to stay in front of a Fever team that they won 5 straight and looked impressive on all of them. So I'm not completely sold. It's Sparks or nothing. It's not that I'm not going to bet them. I just haven't gotten there yet. It's not comfortable staying in front of this Fever team who's facing 3-time revenge. Sparks beat them twice already. So that's the only thing that's in this line movement. Like they opened up as Fays, not a dog. So I don't know. It's slowing me up. If they would have split like 1-1, but it's a desperate Fever team that's 5-0 in the last 5. So they whispering, are they better without CC? Like I don't want to be the one trying to catch. I can't say catch a fall night because the Sparks balling right now, but I just don't want to stand in front of the Fever. I might, but I haven't gotten there yet. I'm still going to do some more digging.
I want to get in the way of the Fever here.
So why haven't you moved on it then?
I wanted to see the market marinate, and the market has gone in a way where we have 79% of the cash on the Sparks, and this line's moved a little bit to the Fever. That makes me uncomfortable. LF3 says Lynx are for real. They showed us last game, bro. Let's believe my brother. Look, I'm down with backing the Lynx, come playoff time or in the future market, but I just, after a 50 whatever point victory, I need to fade them. The problem is that, again, Collier's not there, but I think I can get over that. I'm on the Sun. I think I can add the Sparks, and I think I can add the Storm. I really do. I just need to sit with it a little bit after the show and then add them. And then I think this is screaming Liberty smash and grab. I really do. There's an angry group playing at home after a horrible road trip. They have Meesman back for the full game. So I think that I can do that. It won't be fun. It certainly won't be fun. And then the Mystics game, I'm going to leave alone with the Sykes trade. Although I'll be very interested to see how that bangs out. So that is our WNBA breakdowns for today. Justin on the Sun, plus 14.5. He's on the over 178 in Fever Sparks. He's on Citron, over 14.5 points. And Liberty team total over 92.5 there.
And the Storm minus 1.5.
And the Storm. Yes, sorry, I have that here. Minus 114. Thank you.
Yep.
Justin, thank you so much for making time for us. 2-3 zone on Tony's picks. When does that air? I know you guys shoot at 4 p.m. When does it air?
Yeah, we shoot at 4 p.m. Usually comes out around 11 p.m. at night, that same night. And then in the mornings, what I always do is once my final cap is, because a lot of times, like if there's teams playing back to back, we don't get the accurate spreads. So, and point props, we can never get the point props, player props. So I always put my official plays in the comments in the morning.
Well, that makes sense. That's great. I love that you're getting the chance to show your skill set. I'm going to pop Justin's X handle in the chat. Please support our friend Justin. We're going to hammer WNBA for a little bit longer. We're going to cap it all year long, but football is around the corner, and then NHL and NBA will follow suit. So, and then the extent of our energy will drop a little bit in WNBA, but we'll cap it all year long, and we're especially going to cap it here as we, as we're kind of in the down season of sports in North America. I'm going to pop Justin's X handle in the chat. Please hit it and support our friend Justin. Billy Friedrich giving you love. Spooner, Oldie, a lot of love in the chat. Thank you guys for your support. Please hit that X handle and support our friend Justin. Justin, any last words for the Capper Sporting Show?
Let's have a day. Appreciate you bringing me on.
Oh, it's our pleasure. Justin McKelvey in the house. Let's bring on our backbone here of Pub Sports Radio. He is being missed. He's been talked about often, and he's here to put a bow on today's proceedings. Please welcome from our home studio at the Southtown 101 in San Antonio, Texas, Jose Bouquet. Jose, how are you?
I'm doing well, Jimmy. Nice to see you. Apologies for the tardiness, but nice to be stuck in your head permanently forever now.
Yes. Fong thought it was very humorous as
Good.
well. She, it was making me laugh. The pig milk video makes me laugh too. It's been making me laugh all through the weekend. It's, I love the way that it's been put together, and I don't think anybody's prepared for that girl to have udders when she lifts her shirt up. I don't think anyone's prepared for that.
I wasn't. Admittedly, I wasn't when I first watched it either.
We have some questions, and it all kind of revolves around action here. What did you think with the Astros Marlins line?
Yeah, I heard a lot of people split on that. And I'm definitely of the thought process that this is a line meant to try to get people to bet the Astros. Personally, I know the fish have been hot and all that good stuff, but I'm sure you read the market splits during the game. Well, actually, they're not even up, so because they haven't decided. Well, Oakert official now, but yeah. I think that it was a line meant to get people to bet the Astros. So I leaned Marlins with Cal Quantrill personally. But I didn't bet it.
I'm surprised, and I would have worded everything I said differently had I realized that both TJ and Spooner were on the Astros. I copied and pasted their action, but to me, it felt like a line that would just open their people. They were just opening up their arms. How could the Marlins be a favorite over the Astros with Cal Quantrill on the bump? Was the way I saw it, and I'm gonna have to study it a little bit more.
I mean, even with Oakert, still, I was still like minus 120 Astros still.
Yeah, well, that's what I said. The line I thought should be minus 120 Astros plus 100, and that's if there had been movement towards the Marlins. So I've got to study that more. You had 2 bets today, Twins and Pirates. Did you add anything to your action?
I haven't yet. I wanted to just go over things quickly with you. I know we're not going to talk about all the games here real fast. It'll just be the games that honestly I was close to betting here. We can start. I'm just looking at the betting split, so I might be going in a weird order. Sorry. Yankees, Rangers. How many times do I have to keep saying that this Yankees team is hot ass before the people believe me? You know, it's hilarious to watch them suffer and flounder. And now that Big Daddy Aaron Judge is back, I fully expect them to win this ball game, honestly. I haven't moved on it. I wanted to hear what you thought about the game because I wanted to bet the Yankees here. Market splits, just a little bit of an updated market splits for you guys. 67% of the bets on Texas, 55% of the money on the New York Yankees. The line moving from like -138, -1. Let me see what Penny had here. -134 to -123. Is Aaron Judge worth those 10, 15 cents, whatever it is? If anyone is, it's going to be him. So I was leaning Yankees, and it's purely because Aaron Judge is back in the lineup. Without him, they are hot ass, and he's the captain. He takes ownership, the whole thing. So I expect Judge to show up here and have a nice game and get the Yankees off the bullshit.
It was the gambler's first glance. So,
yeah.
Justin,
you didn't move on it, right?
Sorry?
You didn't move on this game, right?
Well, I haven't placed a bet on Major League Baseball yet today. So everything's going to be added here now. And I found it interesting that Eovaldi has been touched pretty violently by Stanton and touched by Judge.
The question is, can Judge throw?
Because
is Stanton playing the outfield? Because this is and by the way, AJ Blueball is the primary for Houston. I don't know if you guys saw that as well.
No, we didn't.
AJ Blueball, good prospect. We'll see how it goes for him. But I don't think Stanton's in the lineup today, personally. Because if Judge is going to DH and he can't throw, then they're going to throw that riggedy ass motherfucker out there in the outfield. And if Jason Dominguez is already terrible out there, so if you throw him in right, where are you going to put Trent Grisham? Because Cody Bellinger goes to center. So I don't know if I would be surprised if Stanton made the start today.
Because the expected lineup is Grisham at center, Bellinger at left, Stanton at right.
It's funny. Where are you looking at let me refresh because I'm looking at RotoWire too. Are you looking at Roto, I assume?
Yeah, but I haven't refreshed in a while.
Yeah, mine is Grisham, Cody Bellinger in right, Jason Dominguez in left, and Grisham obviously in center. So, and they're going to have to play that like kind of roulette. So if he starts, I would be surprised because
there's
no
Stanton. No Stanton. You're right. Makes more sense. Huh.
So I went back and forth. I lean Yankees. I expect this to be an under kind of game, but I couldn't get there at the end of the day. So all that to say, I guess I'm passing. But it's a fascinating game, and the line movement is very interesting. At -140, like almost -140 opener. I think that's nuts, but maybe the Rangers are indeed the side here. I heard that all you guys are betting the Angels today.
I mean, I want to sit with it and go over all of my notes here, but this was a spot where Loshak is the only side he's on is the Angels -1.
And that's rare that he even bet a side in fucking general.
I agree with it. I have Angels with asterisks. I agree with it because Soriano in his 3rd straight home start, he's looked very good in these last 2. And then Pepio is a bit of a question mark. I don't see why he wouldn't deliver here in this spot. The total has moved from 8.5. Well, it opened up at 8, but it got up to 8.5 a couple different times. It's back at 8. So overall, there's been 4 cents of movement to the under. And let's just go back to this money line, which I'm going to do all of this over again on each game. But we have right now the minus 118. That's the only reason why I've been held back. The Angels are over 500 at home. The Rays are 5 games under 500 road and playing poorly. Pepio is coming off getting lit up and smoked. And this line's not moving to the Angels. Why is it not moving to the Angels?
Yeah, if anything, it's like a penny I'm looking at, minus 121 to minus 118. A little worrisome for me. So I stayed off the Angels. I'm worried that Pepio is just getting gassed, but I'm not sure exactly what that line was personally. When I saw the minus 120 line, I thought the Rays were live personally. So I just stayed off that game.
No,
but
you're right to well, I don't know. I think the line is fine. The opening line is fine. So if the opening line is fine, then what should have happened? Well, it should have moved 10 to 15 cents. If it's not all going to correlate, I'm not going to move on it. And I think part of it is the Soriano third straight home start. I mean, feels like he's found a groove here. But if that's the case, then why wouldn't this line be moving towards the Angels?
Another line that it felt like that for me was Milwaukee, Atlanta.
Oh yeah, that line's bananas.
Yeah, it's been like every Joey Wentz start. Like the last 4 or 5, it feels like it's been just weird lines whenever he pitches. And I'm 1-1 when I bet him. I have not really kept track, but I just noticed every time it's just a weird line with him on the mound. Freddie should, I guess it's on the road, but I still think it should be minus 170 Brewers. You're getting a minus 140 and all the money, meaning 74% of the bets and 61% of the money on the Brewers, and the line's not moving. Probably, well, I won't say probably. I'm going to add it right now. The Braves. I just don't love betting the Joey Wentz bandwagon here, but every time he comes up to pitch, it's just the weirdest fucking lines, and I think this is just right up there with another one.
No question about it. I think Joey Wentz pitch is good. I think the issue is Peralta might have hit the wall.
Yeah, and it's basically the same price first 5 full game for me. Minus 144 full game, minus 150 first 5 for the Brewers there. So I'll just take first 5, full game, and the team total over 3.5 at plus money was semi-interesting as well, but just weird line there. So I'll just bet into it. But honestly, that's about it. Like the Phillies line with the.
Were you surprised that the total was 9 in Padres Diamondbacks?
Did you expect it to be lower? Because I definitely did. Yeah, I thought it was going to be 8. But
well, if it was 8, I would be on the first 3 under. I thought it'd be 8.5 juice to the under.
Yeah, I was figuring 8 and 8.5, but 9 was a little so confusing. I did look at the over there, and obviously Wager Talk is more. I guess people want to bet the reports unders a shitload more. So it's 90% of the bets and money on the under. And I was okay. I'll stay off. The juice flipped from minus 115 to minus 115 the under. So
what's your expectation? Oh, just because after AM saying why do you think it should be so low? 8.5 to me isn't so low, but it's because if Darvish pitches like he did last start, I know Ryan Nelson's going to pitch well at home.
Yeah, if I expect Ryan Nelson to be pretty good for the rest of the season because, again, we talked about it right after the trade deadline. Vote of confidence for Ryan Nelson. He's freed up.
Yeah,
this is the second half of the season to try to be a firm number 2-3 starter in this rotation next year.
Shota Imanaga, you expect him to shove?
I don't have a reason not to. Let me double check the numbers against because. Jimmy, you've heard me rail against the Cubs for the last, few weeks now, saying they seem mentally soft, just weak. And I'm a Reds guy thinking that, the Reds can come through and make the playoffs. The Cubs are obviously one team that they're going up against, but the Reds numbers in the last month against lefties, they are fourth worst, 76 weighted runs created plus. So if they do win this game, it's going to be a tight pitch ball game. But I do lean Reds.
It's so funny, the process for MLB for me, because I've compiled all this information. We spent hours breaking it all down, and now I've got 2 hours at least. Like it's the process has given me, a 1.5% ROI,
Yeah.
which I will take in MLB. I'll take it and be thankful and shut the fuck up. But it's ruining every summer. It's just ruining every summer. Like it's ruining it, and it's not. I'm not dealing with, like just when I'm losing. I can't sleep and I'm all messed up, and but still, so yesterday, for me, like I'm out with family. 5:30 comes along, and I become a different person. I stop talking. I'm just like, okay, I got to get home. I got to go home now. That's all I kept saying. I was like, I go home now.
Gotta get home.
Yeah, it's bad.
Just turned to Hodor, just saying I gotta get home. Another reference you wouldn't understand. God damn it, Game of Thrones.
Oh yeah, I don't know what you're talking about, but
no. But I did hope you enjoyed all the videos I sent you. They were very funny.
They were great, yeah. Especially the little Ella,
Mullet Ella, yeah.
Oh man, I miss that
mullet.
4-year-old Ella. Man, she was just. God, I miss it. I missed her. I miss that so much. She's, 7 now, turning 8 in a couple weeks.
Yeah, she's gonna tell you to fuck off.
No, she'll say that for her mom. Not for me, man.
Well, I'm glad. By the way, did you surprise your significant other with the picture? Like, you just show her, like, oh, did you like this? And then she glanced up and saw my face. Is that what happened?
No, because all of a sudden I went, oh my God, because I didn't know it. Like I didn't notice it until I was setting up the stream. So like I'd seen the picture on my, but I didn't take a close look at it. And then I was setting up the stream, and I went, oh my God! And then she came over and looked, and she laughed. That's nice.
Fair. I'm glad we can attract some attention here. But yeah, I'll stick with those 3 plays for me. Braves plus 131 for me, official. Pirates plus 122 and Minnesota Twins plus 128. I mean, I'm sure you went over the markets in those first 2 games. They were sussy to me, and I bet them. I know Troy is saying I think it's a sharp trap for one of them, so I'll go 1-1 and on those games and be happy.
Look at that 10.6 runs per game for Dodgers. I know that obviously means most runs were scored. I think. And the Dodgers lineup's not hitting, but they were just destroying earlier in the year. It's shocking to see it as the second most offensive park. I was astonished. I mean, we think of it as a pitcher's ballpark, but well, I've got more work to do. Excited to be back in business. It is. I've had 8 straight winning shows here on Penny with a Bag or Loshak in the Bag.
Beautiful.
And had a winning day yesterday. The only day that I didn't win, I went 2-2, not this past Monday, but the Monday before that, and lost a little bit of vig. So, we're clearly moving in the right direction. 6-0 in CFL last week, 12-1 in WNBA. I mean, to think I'm 18-1 in my last 19 WNBA and CFL bets. I mean, that's it.
Imagine telling yourself that like 2 months ago.
Well, I do. Look, you know me. I keep believing. And that's a problem. That's a problem. It's a real problem.
You didn't get to 20 units, right?
I never got to 20. I never got to 20.
Exactly. So there you go.
Yeah. So let's attack the board. Black Door King in the house. Jason Meyer, AM. Boop. Kodak. Jason Meyer, Eldorado Custodian. Thank you for the dono. We had a lot of a Big O gave us 5 Pub Sports Radio memberships. Thank you guys so much for that. AM Nuke Worker, thank you. Justin McKelvey rocking with us. We had Guillermo Zertucci, Roger that. Thank you guys so much. Spooner in the chat. Wine Time Sports, Swiggy, thank you guys. LF3, Grant Clarkson, Mikey Money made an appearance. Billy Friedrich, James A, Big Daddy Boom, sports scientist Jacob. So many great cappers rocking with us. Timmy Two Shoes, Lex Steele. Thank you guys so much. Lucas Ryan, Creek Man in the house, also on Sparks Moneyline. Big O, thank you. Truly, truly thank you for the gifting. The membership means a ton to us. Noel 207, good luck. Go get that cash. Thank you guys from the bottom of my heart. Troy Torrance, TJ, thank you guys so much. AM, the work that you guys put in means a ton to us and helps our show immensely. It's time for me to get back to work. God, but it's okay. I love it. I'm winning, and the work never ends. That's just part of what we do. It's part of baseball, part of being a baseball capper. So let's go out there and get that money. Jose, can you please bless our action and lead us into the future?
Yeah, shout out to you guys. We'll be back here tomorrow in full force. Should be a lot of fun. Let's go get some money today, especially before anything else. And of course, get those fucking udders out. Get those udders out, and let's let Jay heal those bookmakers.